Hello, and welcome back to your one and only source. Oh, we're your hosts.
My name is Phoebe.
My name is Caroline, and guys, today is an extremely special day because if you are listening on Tuesday, April 14th, 2026, that means we've officially had a podcast for 4 years. Isn't that crazy?
It is kind of crazy, I will say.
Kind of. You think?
Today I did think though that it was 5 years. So I'm a little underwhelmed by the 4 right now because this entire day I was thinking it was 5.
That's on you. What I want to say about that is I do think we should make a big stinking deal out of 5 years. 4 years, we were kind of like, whatever, like, we're not always look at me. Like, we're not like...
I think 5 years we take a trip.
I think 5 years we take a trip.
Because at this point, guys, here's a little peek behind the curtain. Me and Caroline haven't really spent a dime.
No, we haven't.
And we've literally been making millions.
Millions. I mean, I don't know why we don't take trips every weekend with the money that we make.
Well, it's just that we are blue-collar women at the end of the day.
And thank you for saying it. Someone had to say it.
The grind waits for no one, so.
Don't I know it? Don't I know it? I might as well have Hustler tattooed where Sheena Shea has It's All Happening tattooed. Where Katie Maloney has a leopard print tattoo.
Oh my God.
Do you think Katie Maloney ever regrets the leopard print tattoo?
No, because unfortunately, Katie Maloney does have that insufferable personality trait that is like, it's just part of me. Like, that's just part of my story. It's who I am. I was that person at one point.
If you have any cringy tattoos, Phoebe believes that to be an insufferable personality trait. I mean, it's what you said.
No, it's not.
I'm not even putting words in your mouth.
I mean that if there's a part of Katie Maloney that doesn't like that tattoo, in her brain, there is the insufferable part of her that is like, I'm not ever going to say it's cringy. She's too stubborn. And also she's too like, you know exactly what I mean. And Caroline's pretending not to. I was
going to say, if there's a part of Katie Maloney that regrets or doesn't like her leopard print tattoo, let me tell you, we'll never know about that. Bless you.
What?
Shut up. Oh.
We'll never know.
I was talking.
I know, and I wanted to hear what you said because I'm afraid I misunderstood you. We'll never know is what you said.
We would never.
My hair looks so blonde actually right now.
Yeah, I look like I'm on the sun.
No, you look like you're on Mars.
Okay, like don't correct me about space stuff. I've been kind of locked into it, and
actually, you look like you're in the infrared light portion of Project Hail Mary.
No, I don't. Anyway, I look like I'm in the sun. It's like orange in here in this room I'm in. It's also HOT hot. And when I podcast, I famously sweat. Okay, now that's a peek behind the curtain. That's a big ass peek behind the curtain. Guys, today is, as we said, 4 years of us podcasting. So we're gonna dive into a lot of things today. We're gonna start with some Connell family business, of course. Then we're going to dive into some other people's business because how can we not? We might reminisce on 4 years of podcasting. We're going to finish things off with a nightmare and dream blunt rotation. By the way, Amanda Petula, step off. Step off! Step off! That was a really good Jack Black impersonation.
She made my job exceptionally easy this week.
Oh, I bet she did.
And my life exceptionally harder and more uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's like, some people are who don't watch Bravo. Some people who are, for some reason, not tuned in are walking around the world. And it is like easy. It's like a balmy 67 degrees out. They're walking around flat sidewalk. They have the perfect running shoes on for walking. They have the perfect running shoes on for walking. And they are drinking a delicious iced coffee that's the perfect color. But if you are in the Bravo sphere, actually you're walking uphill and you're underwater and you have lead boots on. And you're thirsty.
And there's a fire chasing you and a shark.
And there's a fire chasing you underwater, which is different.
It's kind of similar to what SCAMANDA is in that it does defy all laws you previously thought existed.
I mean, it does, but we'll get into that a little bit later. I want to start by talking about us. Also, by the way, guys, it's my birthday.
Happy birthday, Caroline.
Here's what I want you to do for my birthday. I want you to go leave us a review. And also, I want you to just know in your hearts, which I think we make it pretty obvious, but I guess we don't, that neither one of us is MAGA. Okay. And it's my birthday. So I'm just putting that out there.
And here's what I also want you guys to know or do today is go comment on our post today with all pictures that Kelly Cochran has approved. I'm putting this in writing. These pictures have been capital A approved.
Oh, you've been planning my birthday post?
Also with the lawful caveat of it's the thought that counts, and Caroline could still hate any one of these pictures. And we won't know until it's too late.
I'll take it off the grid and say Phoebe didn't post about me. I'll do that if I hate them.
Perfect. Well, that's a win-win for Caroline. Even if Caroline likes the picture, she might do that.
No, I wouldn't, because I love having gorgeous pictures of me online. And I love hearing people saying, oh my God, what a gorgeous picture of you. So I would never do that. But if it's a picture that I don't love, that I don't absolutely love of myself, yeah, I'll delete it and say, Phoebe fucking sucks. Phoebe didn't wish me happy birthday publicly or privately. Maybe I'll say she didn't do it privately either. I mean, I don't know. We'll see if you do. I don't know if you will, because the future hasn't happened yet. Anyway, it is my birthday, and so I would like you to leave us a review, and I would also just like you all to know in your hearts, Phoebe, say it with me, we're not MAGA.
We're not MAGA. Caroline, they know that about us.
Phoebe has obviously not checked our reviews lately.
No, I haven't.
Well, I have. And I have been bringing it up in so many words to you, and you have been
I posted today. I asked you if someone said something when you texted me that. And you didn't say anything.
I said whatever. Because I didn't want to upset you because you were sick.
But guys,
yes, somebody said something.
Guys, what?
And to be clear, they didn't say it about me.
Yeah. Guys, I need you to like get your eyes, ears, mouths, every sense checked.
Phoebe, who was literally phone banking for Kamala Harris.
Guys, I was
MAGA.
Guys, listen, I am speechless. I drove 10 hours to vote in the last election.
Yeah, to come home to vote. But
when I thought there was even a slight chance that I might not get to vote in that election, I phone banked for hours for that woman in states that aren't my own. I called people in Nevada, every swing state you can imagine. I talked to someone. I left voicemails. I got yelled at by people so that what's happening now wouldn't happen. And here we are.
What did you do? What did you guys do?
Wait, guys, I'm actually shocked by that.
I know. And
also, like, there's so much about me. There's so much about me and just, like, my general life and who I am that I am, like,
really scratching my head at this review. I was and I'll just say,
should I read it out loud?
I don't know. It might put you in, like, a really bad mood.
Is it that bad? Well, now I don't want to look.
I don't think you're going to like it. Like,
well, I mean, that's clear.
Well, that's obvious. I also did think it was obvious. And so, like, if just to make no bones about it,
I feel like we talk about it a lot.
I feel like we're very clear, but one of us obviously isn't.
Guys, hey,
also, like, do you guys think I would have a podcast if my sister was MAGA? Do you think I would have a MAGA? I'm not the toast. Like,
okay, here's another thing. Number one, go follow me on Instagram. You'll see I post about it a lot. I post about it twice. I posted about it today twice, and also go to our Patreon. There are multiple videos where I'm fully wearing a Harris Walls hat.
Yeah. Well, it's performative, I guess.
I mean, it must be.
I'm just like, I was like, when I read this review. This 1-star review that starts by saying that our podcast is okay-ish. And I'm going to say something also. This person doesn't really have beef with me, which is unusual. Typically, the beef is with me. And so I actually think I got more upset when I read this review because it was about my kid sis. And what I just want to say is, like, I mean, I don't know if you're listening still, person, but, like, you got it all wrong. And I don't want to, like, turn you off to the podcast now,
but I don't know how long have you been listening?
I don't know. They said we fell off.
What?
Yeah. I mean, should I just read the review?
I mean, at this point, yeah.
Oh, I'm scared because, like, if you're in a mood, then I have to, like, still podcast with you tonight.
I'll be fine. Do you want to know the truth? I'm having a beer.
My God. Okay. I didn't realize we were wasted tonight. Okay. Well, it was my birthday.
Well, we're not wasted.
What's amazing is that Amber Preziosi then goes, because I texted
So you
Amber.
sent her the review. Guys, by the way, again, I asked Caroline if someone said anything.
Here's what Amber wrote. She goes, Caroline, well, she already had like a review written, and I'm fine with everybody knowing that this is our friend Amber. I didn't ask her to do this. But then she writes in here at the end of like talking about how much she loves our podcast. She goes, for anyone looking at these reviews, these sisters are not MAGA. Anyone who has listened since the beginning would know that. And Caroline and Phoebe are the opposite of mean girl energy. They are women defenders through and through. Hell yeah. But so this is what this person thought about us. Strap in. It's my birthday. I can do whatever I want. It's our 4-year anniversary. I can do whatever I want. Okay. All right. It's the title of the review is Honestly, They Have Gone Downhill. I don't want to like even read this because you're going to like get mad at me. But okay, it's 1 star. It's okay-ish, semicolon. Caroline, the older sister, is still funny as heck, maybe even funnier.
Caroline, did you write this?
No, I would never write this, okay? I stayed after PLL for Gossip Girl, and even though I do not agree with them on defending Blake Lively / another lawsuit with Justin
Okay,
Baldoni.
so hey, everybody, that's a question mark for me. If this is a you're calling us MAGA review, I'm a little bit confused.
Okay, much like Blake / another person, they give mean girl energy, which has been stated on here and Spotify and Reddit. By the way, thank you for acknowledging that we are talked about. Haters make you famous. This is why I thought they lost their followers / listeners or haven't grown much on their channels and remained stagnant, despite Caroline. That woman is really funny. And her Serena's I got to go are actually good, despite of what her MAGA sister Phoebe says. All to say this, it's gone down, and long gone are the days of making backstories and side quests a la Melissa Emily. The rants are getting a lot longer as time passed, and the episodes seem rushed now. By the way, our episodes are like 3 hours long.
That doesn't make any sense.
4/13/22 was peak. Happy 4th anniversary. Goodbye. By the way, 4/13/22, we had never released an episode, so that was our peak? Okay, cool. The day before we ever released an episode was our peak.
Because what?
So don't ever talk shit about my article ever again.
I want to know what I've said. This made you think that.
I wonder if it's how much like pride you have for America sometimes when you're like Olympics. Like I wonder if it's like I don't know. Like if they just I don't.
And here's a great place for me to remind everybody what my favorite quote about America is. It's a James Baldwin quote.
Mm-hmm. Very MAGA of you, by the way.
Yeah, they love him over there, and I would know. I guess
you would. We can't win. Like, we got yelled at for not talking about Charlie Kirk's assassination. By the way, you wouldn't have wanted to hear what we said. And then, like, now you're MAGA, so.
I love America. The quote is along... Actually, I'm just going to get it right. I normally paraphrase it every time. But this feels important enough that I'm going to get it right.
Yeah.
I love America more than any other country in this world. And exactly for this reason, I insist on the right to criticize her perpetually. Which I feel like maybe we... Because oftentimes I do think we relegate our political conversations to the Patreon.
I don't even know, though, because, like, we can't really help it. Like,
I feel like there have been multiple rotations in our history, in both of our history, where we have made it clear. I mean, guys, go listen to our episode that we recorded
like the
on
day
November,
after the election.
November 3rd, no, the day of the election. And then I think we recorded one the day after. But the day of, me and Caroline were like getting ready to go vote, and I was like giddy. I was excited.
Phoebe was geeked.
I wore my hat. I didn't wear my hat into the poll, but I wore my hat to the polls, left in the car, and wore it all day. And then I cried on the deck.
Drop after that. Yeah.
And I cried on the deck at 3 a.m. as I watched. I stayed up to watch the whole thing. Because again, I phone banked. It phone banked for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've donated
also, like,
to their campaigns.
Every summer we do a fundraiser for the Trevor Project. I'm like,
guys, I'm
have you
really
been around?
confused by this.
I know. Yeah. So anyway.
Also, another thing that I will say, and look, we all, as a country, as a world, we all need to have better critical thinking skills than looking for these little what we think are red flags that
I know.
all of a sudden everything that you should know about a person goes out the window because of this one thing that you find that could have 800 different explanations.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just doesn't quite make sense to me. And also, if you're this reviewer is giving woman hater.
I know. I'm like I
you're
was kind of
anti
surprised.
to
Like, I was
women.
expecting that because we do get some reviews that are like too much politics, like too much of your like liberal politics.
Which
So I
again,
was-
guys, maybe that will give you some insight. Like we do get that feedback. So that's why sometimes a lot of our like rants we just talked about the Texas primary election on the
know.
Patreon for like 25 minutes. But oftentimes that stuff doesn't get put into these episodes because we do get a lot of feedback. Number one, like in this review, you don't like our tangents. So sometimes we try to reel it in, especially on things that could be polarizing. And also, it's just like we are, at the end of the day, two idiot podcasters who don't have political science degrees. So sometimes we don't want our opinions on the main because maybe we're idiots.
But like,
but we also have a moral compass that I would think has come through in a lot of the other things we have spoken about.
I'm
just so everybody's clear, I'm the one who coined Memily. If I was MAGA, do you think I would have been searching for that storyline?
One thing I want to say too is that like you have to give it a little bit of time. Like Memily didn't come into play until like I want to say like season 4. Like
later, because it was like season 5 when Spencer gets into the barn, because that's when famously Emily comes in.
World building really is on the way, but like we have to like enter the world first. Like, you know, we're barely.
Sorry, I'm not putting Serena and Blair together immediately. It'll come.
Like, believe me, there will be moments for world building, but like it's gonna happen organically the way it did with Pretty Little Liars. I just think that like at the end of Pretty Little Liars, people were like, there was so much world building, we were so into it,
we had so much to pull from.
The stories were so crazy, like, and we were just like running with it and whatever, and like that is not how it started out. Like, just to be clear, like we didn't start doing that right away. So if you're really excited for that kind of a thing and you're disappointed that it's not in the episodes yet, like we're not going to like force that to happen because it's not.
And I would encourage you to go back and listen to our beginning episodes of Pretty Little Liars when we, it took us a second and we had our jokes but like even like Brecken's listening right now and I told her to listen for jokes and she'll like, it's very sweet. She'll like have notes that she will remember from the episodes. But I'm like, that's not really what I mean. Like, it's because she's starting at the very beginning. Like, it's taking a second for us to get like the real lore that I'm hoping that people who go back and listen that are friends with us will pick up on. Like, it happens later because it took us a while to get there.
Exactly. Like, and I get that like it might feel like a bummer to go from Pretty Little Liars where there was like so much there to the beginning of a new show.
I've said this to Caroline multiple times. Like it's been hard to.
But I feel like the past couple episodes, it's starting to pick up for it. Like we're starting to like, especially with this week, you guys, on Thursday, Georgina Sparks enters the picture. It's electric.
The last thing that I want to say about this, maybe not the last thing, it'll probably come up throughout the episode. But if you're gonna do, I'm gonna keep this in. If you're gonna do so much as to go look through my following requests. I'm pretty sure it's public knowledge. You can look up someone's political affiliations.
Yes, it is.
So I think, you probably could have done some
by the way,
diligence.
we're not really secret keepers about ourselves.
Yeah, I'm really confused by how you went to that conclusion. Like, and
we both voted blue and will continue to do so. So just like if it's not pretty clear.
And we talk and post consistently about it.
I know. Like I was floored. I obviously like I think this is like an outlier. It's like a one-off. It just happens.
Hey, everybody, new birthday present for Caroline. Every comment on our post for the next week needs to be like, I love these Democrats.
My liberal ladies. Yes,
both of them. Actually, and guys, I know tomorrow is Caroline's birthday, but like she was clearly just really gassed up in that.
It's also our podcast birthday. And so for our podcast birthday, what we would like is for you to go bury that fucking review because I have no power over the reviews.
Here's me giving some grace to this person. I do think sometimes
Well,
Caroline
they were
will
right about some of their stuff, which is that I am funny, perhaps even funnier, and my I have to goes are chef's kiss.
right. But what I don't like is that like I've never really critiqued your your impressions,
Yeah.
have I?
I don't think the I have
think
to
they
go
just
is the one you
hate me.
critique.
I think they just hate me.
They just hate you because they believe you can be MAGA for some reason, which, I mean, let me tell you, the amount of texts I shot off yesterday morning about this review to everybody but you, because Phoebe had food poisoning, and I was like, and I also was like, we might be recording later, so I just like don't want to put her in a mood, but here I am telling you at the beginning of our recording session, but yeah, I was texting, and people were just like, oh, like it was just like, it's also like, I don't even want to like say this, but like out of the two of us, like why would they assume you're the MAGA person?
Yeah, guys. I don't quite get
I
it.
mean,
Look at how I dress
like
and
I'm
act.
obviously not, but like I think one thing that is though is not like even about this, but I am less afraid of saying the polarizing thing than
That's
maybe
what I
you
was
are.
gonna get in. That was the grace that I was gonna give this person. Is okay, here's 2 pieces of grace I'll give them. Number 1, I think sometimes me being a Christian can throw people off.
Yeah, I think so too. But it's also, that's a really amazing thing about our podcast,
But
because I
I'm
think we get a lot of people who follow us with Bible verses in their bios. And
Mhm.
every time I see it, I'm like, did they think we're like the nastiest bitches on planet Earth? But
We're
they
their
obviously
guilty
don't. And
pleasure.
another thing I want to say, like, I don't want to polarize anybody. I don't want anybody to feel like they like, if you love our podcast and we just went off about how we're not MAGA and now you're like, oh my God, I lost this thing I love. Look, we want you to stay and maybe you'll learn.
Maybe hear us out.
You know what I mean? Hear us out. Like,
But also in a way that isn't like we're gonna lecture you.
right. But like, we just are right. And we're right by
Right.
being left.
The
And
grace I
so
was
I
gonna
do
give
hope
this
that you stick around and change your mind, but also like, I'm fine with it if we don't have a single MAGA listener. Like, actually,
Yeah.
that's fine with me.
the grace I was gonna
prefer.
give this person is there are times where Caroline is quick to say, and I think she will make things political more than I will, and I think part of that comes from I consume so much
Mhm.
news and so much political media that sometimes it's like if we're not gonna give as much care and consideration
Mhm.
and accurate information as possible,
I am certainly not.
like we're not the podcast to lecture people. Like we just aren't. It's not the space that we've tried to create. We have created a space, I thought, where
Mhm.
we were at least communicating the way that we felt and our morals and
Mhm.
our social standings and viewpoints and things like
Mhm.
that. And also frankly our political like I thought that it was clear.
Especially in the last year, I think we've really like, maybe in the beginning we were
Well,
more
because the
nervous.
stakes have changed.
But like, and honestly, it's like we have so many more. Also, by the way, our followers haven't dropped. Our listenership
Yeah,
hasn't
relax.
dropped. So like,
You guys were
chill.
gassing Caroline up a lot in that, and like you're hurting her more by saying that.
Honestly, that's true because no, we haven't lost followers. Actually, we have not. We have not lost followers or
It's
listeners.
not good or
and, you know,
bad. And it's not good or bad.
And you know, I do thank you for saying I'm honestly shocked that this person who seems to hate our podcast and hate you, likes me so much. And honestly, thank you so much. And I really would love for you to stick around. And now that
And also,
you know
by the way, guys,
truth,
this isn't I can see the headlines now. Your one and only source says damage control. This isn't damage
Mhm.
control. Like,
No.
go look back at our posts. Go look at our story. But like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you're living on a
really-
different planet. If this
No,
is the
shocking to me.
conclusion you've come to, and just for the sake of my love language being words of aff, I do want to hear everything that everybody you texted yesterday had to say about me not being MAGA. I think you should. I'm compiling a post for Caroline tomorrow. Maybe Caroline should compile a post of everybody condemning even the suggestion that I.
Well,
could
I
be
will
MAGA.
say it was mostly like damage control in the group chats with me and other people, where I was just like, what, like, I can't believe this. Like, and they're like, it's so annoying, but like people online don't know anything. Haters make you famous. I'm like, no, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. People think my kid sis is MAGA and I can't have that. Okay? I can't have that. And it's just also not true. And I just kept being like, you mean my sister Phoebe? Like, Phoebe? Okay. I mean, by the way, none of my siblings are MAGA. Like, we are Anyway, I don't think we need to go into this anymore. I think it's clear. I think that the people who have been here forever and who actually like listen to the podcast are going to be like, okay, skip, because they already know this. But if you wanted a real, raw, and unfiltered 4-year of podcasting conversation, there you fucking have it. We are not MAGA. In fact, we are like disgusted by what's happening in this country right now.
And in the world.
Like, it
the havoc
breaks,
we're wreaking around the world.
Exactly. And it breaks Phoebe's heart, and it makes my blood boil, makes me like feel like almost violent. But Phoebe does love this country. I'm like, get me the fuck out of here. But guess what? There's nowhere to go. So everywhere's terrible.
I love this country because I like the promise of what it is, and I want to make it better for everyone.
And that's why Phoebe didn't vote for the man in office, because guess what? He is everything that is the opposite of what this country was supposed to be and what was supposed to make this country great.
And it's almost like the other candidate predicted every single thing that has happened.
It's almost like we all knew, and like,
but
and it's just the people that voted for him were like, "You guys are crazy if you think Project 2025 is real." And guess what?
She specifically said, "We're going to be at war with Iran.
We're going to be at war.
Gas is going to be $4 to $5 a gallon." She said all these things.
Mm-hmm. So I just hope you're all on antidepressants or wear glasses. I really do. I really do. Okay, because otherwise, who knows?
Anyway, all this to say, another thing that it just upsets me because I put in the work. Like, I really do put in the work.
You put in the work more than me. I'm the first one to spout off about shit that I don't actually know about. Like, and I mean, I know enough, but Phoebe actually
Caroline
does
keeps
the work.
informed.
Yeah, exactly. But I also like Phoebe gives me a lot of my information. Like, if I see something online and I'm ready to like start spouting off online and go crazy and have one of my episodes on Twitter, I will text her first and be like, so like, what's the deal with this? Am I right or wrong? But with that, I think we just move on and let's talk about how much fun we had in Charleston. Guys, we went to Charleston. Well, we were there for different reasons. Phoebe was there for some R&R. I was there for Gibson's wedding weekend, which was just a total freaking blast.
It turned into the same reason.
Guys, this is crazy. So Thursday night, we're all at dinner, by the way. Incredible dinner. Like, so yummy. Still thinking about that burnt broccolini. It's Pilato in Charleston.
There's
you gotta
one in
go. But
Nashville
anyway,
as well.
So we're there, and Gibson's like, oh, by the way, Phoebe, some people like aren't coming to the wedding. So if you want to come, you totally can. And Phoebe's like, no way. And I was like, well, I do have an extra dress for you. Phoebe texts my mom and is like, oh my God, Gibson just said I can go to the wedding. And mom goes, go. And then the next text, if it's okay, if Sissy says it's okay. And then Phoebe looks at me and goes, does Sissy say it's okay? And then all night long, he was like, but does Sissy want me to? No, mom goes, if Sissy wants you to. Does Sissy want me to? And she kept going, but are you sure Sissy wants me to? Does Sissy want me to?
I think I asked like 800 times that night.
And I was like, I'm going to start saying no, bitch. I said yes 100 times. and I don't repeat myself. And then Phoebe tried to swindle her way into wearing a different dress. And I was like, I didn't. Go fuck yourself. I showed you the dress you're supposed to wear. Don't you dare wear that dress.
When we got back to y'all's Airbnb after our dinner at Pilato, guys, I was drunk, of course. And Caroline pulled out these dresses that kind of looked similar to a drunk person.
They were the same. They were the same color scheme, and I will say, I was so proud of
MAGA
myself.
Eyes were looking at. I couldn't pick the dress outline.
Thank you for saying that. Let's get that out of context. Can we clip that, please? I was really proud of myself for my outfit compilation that weekend because there were like, I want to say there were like 4 events, and in 4 Charleston wedding events in April.
That was the quote the whole weekend. Well, it's Charleston.
It's Charleston. And here's the deal about me. I'm kind of like a goth girl. I mean, not really, but I only wear black. So it was exciting because I actually didn't have to buy anything new. I had all of those dresses.
Guys, is it because I live in Nashville?
No, I don't think that's why. And I think we're just moving on from it now, Phoebe. Stop making everything about you. Like, okay, I'm not going to continue to be like, and
guys, if this was Caroline,
how funny I am.
If this was Caroline, we wouldn't have had an episode this week.
If this was well, it just would never be me.
Don't say that.
Well, I wouldn't have made the mistakes you made.
I don't think I am going to double down. I don't think I've made a mistake. I think this person has made a mistake.
Well, this person has made a grave error, but so have you. Anyway, just kidding. I'm literally kidding. Phoebe has not made any mistakes ever in her life, like Mona Lisa from Parks and Rec. Okay. I have not done anything wrong in my life ever. And I know that. Anyway, so Phoebe did get to go to the wedding, and it was so fucking pretty. Like, weather, 10 out of 10.
Perfect. It wasn't very
venue,
hot.
Gorgeous. Did you say it was very hot?
No, it wasn't very hot.
It wasn't. And I was stressed because I was wearing a satin bonbon pink bridesmaid dress, and I was like, oh my God, girlie's gonna be schwitzing. Like, sweating.
Then the ceremony was right in the
Well, and
the
you know what? I
sun.
was sweating because I had massive sweat stains. I actually threw the dress away. It's not wearable again. I was on my knees, like, dancing around, lots of snags. The dancing was epic. Phoebe and I had really an epic time.
Neither of us had as much fun
as my husband.
As Anthony.
Anthony should be a professional party starter. People should pay him to go to weddings and enliven the dance floor, because literally I don't even remember what song it was, but he just starts fucking going. The band was awesome. Like, they had such great voices. They sounded amazing. And it was fun because it was like a really good mix of songs. Like, it was some, like, they played songs that are like hits right now, and they also played some like oldies, and it was just a great like mix of music. But Anthony just let it rip. And like, I know my husband's got moves. Like, I've seen these moves.
Let it rip.
He actually broke his toe once doing these moves for me and Kelly, alone, just the three of us. But he brought them to the floor, and when I tell you, I was like in such physical pain from laughing so hard, and so was everybody. And Phoebe was nowhere to be found.
Guys, I think I was eating the
He did a cartwheel. He did a You didn't even like mushrooms.
I don't like mushrooms, and I had a lot of that mushroom ravioli that night.
Oh, you loved it.
But or maybe I was in the bathroom. I missed the cartwheel.
Anthony,
which everybody said was the move of the night, but there was another move that I do think
the split.
It had everybody doubled over in its own kind of way. Anthony did a backwards somersault, and he created so much springboard tension between the floors and the arms of his glasses that when he flipped over, his glasses with such force shot off of his body and hit me in the knee in a way where I was like, those are broken. Like,
Phoebe's like, they're broken, and so is my kneecap. And I'm sending you a bill, babe.
Caroline and I are doubled over laughing while we're trying to look for the glasses, and then we turn around to look at Anthony. He's in a death drop. He is in the last position of a death drop formation on the ground and frozen. Not getting up, not moving. Like, he was
stuck probably.
With the music, he is like waiting until they start the next song to get up.
And also face locked in. Not 100%,
not a smile, no laughing.
Seen. No.
It was serious.
What was funny about it?
And
you know
then
what I mean?
The band takes a break and they start playing Bad Bunny. And suddenly it's like Anthony is from Puerto Rico and knows all of the authentic cultural dances, and he is moving his hips. We have crazy and at this point, this may have been earlier in the night because I think he still had his jacket on because he was using that as kind of a prop.
Mm-hmm.
He was like moving the flaps of the jacket like as he brought his hips.
Well, and
forward.
You know what, Phoebe? We don't even have to guess, because as soon as we get that wedding video from Gibson's wedding, sorry Gibson, if you thought they were filming you, you were dead wrong. There was a spotlight from the camera on my husband the entire evening. Like, when I tell you this was Anthony's wedding video, it is. I don't think we're going to have to. I mean, I'll Venmo her to say, like, hey, I'm so sorry. Let me reimburse you for the videographer, because I don't think you're going to be in your own wedding video. Post-ceremony, you're going to be nowhere to be found, girly. We were laughing so hard. It was epic. It was so funny. And people just
I just wanted to keep going. That's my one gripe with weddings every time is like, can we just keep dancing?
I know. But I was honestly... I was really hurting, because at one point I was like, all right, I need a fucking break. And I was leaving the dance floor. And then this song started playing that I had to be in there for. And what's hilarious is I'm strutting back in. I see Phoebe and Kelly burst out in laughter. I'm like, what's funny? And then later on I find out that Kelly watches me walk out. This new song starts playing and Phoebe goes, she'll be back. And 1 second later, I am strutting back into the dance floor. And this happened over and over. I mean, just couldn't get off there. Just couldn't get off of that freaking dance floor. They needed me. But they didn't. I don't mean that in a bad way. The dance floor was alive. They didn't like need.
No. It was like Caroline had to be there.
I had to be there. It was really fun.
Just like we don't get these opportunities very much in adult life to dance like that.
Well,
and
I
have fun
do.
with your friends.
My friends and I pretty much we do that kind of wherever we want, whenever we want, but I don't get to see them that much. So that is the thing.
That's
And
what I
I
mean.
just had such an amazing like coming home, and I was just looking through photos, and I was like, oh my God, like I really do have such an awesome group of friends, and I'm so lucky. Sorry, like I'm just gonna be, and they all love Phoebe, which is amazing. But it's just like they are the most fun people in any room
and they
at
wouldn't
any
love me.
time.
And they wouldn't love me otherwise.
They would not love Phoebe if she's MAGA. In any room at any time, they are the most fun people in the room. And it's just like, I always wanted a friendship that was like in the sitcoms, and babe, I've got it. And it's just so fun to be with them. And it's sad because we had Addie's wedding in October, and then we just had Gibson's wedding. And so like, you know, all the blondes of the blonde bombshells are married now. So we don't have any more weddings to look forward to together. But
You guys will all be invited to mine.
okay,
That will be in who knows how long, but
good.
you will be invited to mine.
Good.
All of you.
Do you think you'll get married in the White House lawn, or like what are you thinking?
If Pete Buttigieg is in office, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we had a really, really stinking good time in Charleston. It was great. Am I missing anything really noteworthy to talk about from that time?
Well, I got to be the Easter Bunny, everyone.
Oh my God, Phoebe got to be the Easter Bunny.
And suddenly it's like, Mom, I get it. I get your love for the game.
Oh,
Because
it's fun.
I was at the house by myself for a while and got to hide the Easter gifts before they all got there, Lily and Caroline.
Guys, I wasn't even
And-
expecting an Easter gift.
Oh, I had a blast watching them look. I had a blast. I had so much
She had
fun.
to do the you're getting hot, you're getting cold. She had to do that. We really should have FaceTime Mom, who by the way is sick.
I know, she
And
told
Dad
me.
got her sick.
And of course.
Yeah. Well, I show up the other day and I was going to go give Dad a hug because he did paint my living room. And I was like, oh my God, Dad. And he goes, oh, you don't want to come anywhere. You do not want to get this. You do not want to come anywhere near me. I am sick as a dog. And I'm like, okay, I've heard that before.
You know, Mom, this might be karma for yesterday. We were on the phone and she was making fun of his cough.
Wow, that was a quick turnaround. And then like I'm leaving the house today and I'm like, Dad's like, Mom's upstairs if you want to go see her. I was like, well, I don't want to get sick. I'll just call up to her. He goes, she probably can't respond to you. And I was like, oh, she doesn't have to. So at the bottom of the steps, I'm like, love you, Mom. Don't respond. She goes, love you. I'm like, my birthday's tomorrow.
Guys, by the way, me and Caroline just immediately went back to us being in high school and like our mom didn't get sick frequently.
No.
But when she did, it's actually an unmistakable sensation in the house.
Well, she and our dad. And they both like to pretend that
Dad's
we are
worse.
so dramatic.
Dad is worse by tenfold, but Mom is up there.
There's like a 24-hour period where Mom is milking it for all
and
that it's
then
worth.
she's ready to get back there, which I understand,
Yeah.
of course. But
Which is
Dad
why I
is
think
like
she was so
such
annoyed
a
when
baby.
our sicknesses lasted longer than 24 hours. She was like, come on, up and at 'em. I'm done. I'm not Florence Nightingale anymore. Okay?
Wait, but
like,
Mom
no,
was
I
really,
know.
guys, so this weekend I got like pretty insane food poisoning. Food poisoning like I've never had in my entire life. And I was like, I had a fever.
Annie. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I had a fever. I was cold and hot and like throwing up. I was throwing
a fever.
I was throwing up when I had nothing left to give. I left it all out on the floor and more.
Ew.
And Mom called me yesterday and was like, oh, Gil, I just wish I could be your nurse.
Oh my God. Sorry, my eyes are rolling out of my head.
The worst thing about food poisoning is like you want to eat everything because you're so hungry. But the actual thought, so like one part of your brain can't stop thinking about every kind of food that you want to eat and how much food you want to eat when you're not this sick anymore. The other half of your brain literally wants to shoot you in the foot every time you think about food.
Yes.
Because it's going to make you throw up. I couldn't even, there were certain points where I was laying in bed, I couldn't even listen to Temptation Island. Because
it's like
I was
a shock
like,
collar.
I was like,
it's
making me
like,
sick to even hear people talk right now.
Wow. Yeah, no, food poisoning is the worst. It is the worst. So I'm glad it's over, and that's why I didn't bother you with our 1-star review. But now that you're better, it's time to get to work, making sure people know the truth. Anyway, guys, I do want to share that I'm really bad at painting a house. I painted my bedroom. I might as well have not used painter's tape.
I do love the concept of someone just hearing that clip. I am not good at painting. a house and like thinking that you have actually tackled painting the exterior of a home before realizing if you're good or bad at it.
Well, isn't good or bad. Well, here's the thing, Phoebe. Now that I've done one room, I pretty much know that I would be bad at painting the exterior of a house, because I wasn't that good at painting the interior. I honestly, like, I do like it. I think it looks pretty. But God, I was peeling up that painter's tape and I just like burst into tears. I was just like, how could I have made so many errors? Like, it is as though I didn't use it. And I still have to paint the trim, but I'm just like, oh my God, it's bleak. And I'm second guessing every paint decision I've made. I am like, what was I thinking? My living room looks like a baby boy's nursery.
Caroline, we don't know that yet.
If I'm assuming their gender, then yeah, it does. So, but it doesn't have anything in it. I don't know. It's just stressful. It's just stressful choosing paint colors. There's just so much to be done. I have got to pack everything in this goddamn house. I don't know how that's going to happen. The dumpster's coming tomorrow on my freaking birthday at 9 a.m. So all of our cars have to be out of the driveway and blah, 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 blah. And it's going to be here for a minute. And Wizard of Oz is closing this weekend, which like is good because then I won't have to do that anymore. But like, it is also sad because I've really enjoyed it. And so all of these things have to happen by April 27th. And girly, I just don't know how they're going to, but we're going to figure it out.
You got it. Here is a little idea for one thing you could get out of your house. If you wanted,
switch.
No, not that. If you wanted to, if you haven't already packed them, some dresses I might potentially wear to Sam's wedding. If you just wanted to put those in Mom's house.
I have packed a lot. Well, Anthony went to our bedroom last night and he goes, "Hey, babe, our bed looks like the RuPaul Drag Race dressing room." I took out every single dress that like.
Hey, by the way, that's classic MAGA.
I know. I took out every dress that like I'm without a doubt not going to be wearing in the next 2 weeks and packed those. But I don't think that any of those are dresses you would want to wear. So like the ones that I wore to Charleston. You can.
I'm just saying, if you want them out of the way for the move, if you wanted to just bring them when you're teaching, if you just wanted to bring them to Mom and Dad's house.
Why might I need them?
Then they'll be at Mom and Dad's house.
They're not yours, Phoebe. I don't know what I want to do with them yet. Stop trying to steal my shit.
I'm not.
You are sneaky like that.
It's just for a weekend. It's just for a weekend.
Oh my God, a weekend in the country. Anyway, but I will be fully moved into the house by then, so you can just come to the house and like get them.
But you will be like fully moved in. That's my worry, is that they're going to be lost in the boxes.
Phoebe, like figure it out yourself. I can't solve all your problems for you. I cannot solve all your problems for you. I'll do what I can, but what I can do is all I can do, and everybody knows that. I'm bored. I'm bored with this. Let's talk about some other people, like SCAMANDA. Let's get into it. Can you believe we recorded our Mormon Wives episode the day before the statement came out, and now we're reporting on this 2 weeks later, so it's kind of old news, but no, it isn't. It will continue to be the top of the news feed.
Because actually, it's almost like Amanda knew we were going to be recording an episode because she decided to give us just the little bump we needed last week.
Blown away. So guys, if you're not following, here's kind of like the spark notes of what's going on here. Sierra Miller, queen, beautiful woman on Summer House.
She's actually the number one most beautiful woman in the world.
On planet Earth. Or actually
she's perfect.
The universe.
She's perfect looking.
Biologically perfect. She's
so a nurse.
Gorgeous. She's an essential worker. Okay.
She's disciplined.
Absolutely. She's a great friend.
You know who loves her just like I love her?
Who?
Zoran Mamdani.
And you know who doesn't know who Kyle Cook is? Zoran Mamdani.
And I kind of just
I don't know who that is.
And I just kind of tend to align myself with people like Zoran.
Yeah, no, me too. And you should say more stuff like that, I think. But just so people know. Just kidding. But anyway, Sierra Miller is amazing. She entered Summer House, and then a couple years ago, she and Wes Wilson, who was a first seasoner at this time, engaged in a love affair. And we've talked at length.
They fell in love.
We've talked at length about Sierra and how like we really appreciate like some of her views where she just is like, sex isn't casual to me. I can't have, I'm just not that kind of girl, and that's what you're looking for, then I'm not the one.
And being able to the way that she articulates that into the Bravo sphere.
Yeah.
Is so
it's really refreshing. We don't see a lot of that, and it can feel isolating if you're somebody who takes in a lot of Bravo content and you're like, oh my God, I should be fucking Monday through Friday. and fucking twice on Saturday.
I should be.
Like,
I
that's
should
what
be
it
a
will
bar
feel like to
rat.
you.
I should be a bar rat.
I should be a freaking bar rat like Sally. Exactly. Like, if you were watching the Sallys of the world, and I'm not slut shaming, but like,
also, we don't align with her.
We do not align with her, and so maybe I am slut shaming her. But anyway, now I'm a woman hater. Like, we just can't win, Phoebe.
We
just
can't win.
Sierra and Wes are together, and it's like this really, like, we were so excited. It seemed like he really brought out, like, Sierra's so fun and funny, but she's very guarded, and it was neat to see her with a man who, like, seemed to celebrate those parts of her, and
he was
not
like
that,
a
like,
goofy,
she needed him to bring them out of her,
guy.
but it was like them together was like electric, like it was
and
magic.
he also, Wes, like, and I'm just gonna remove how we feel about Wes now and how we felt about him after the Sierra thing initially, but like, he's so. I've always like thought he was so attractive. Out of Bravo people, like, he is probably my type.
Can I say something?
You don't think he's attractive, and that's fine.
Well, no, listen. Here's the deal. I just know better, and that's the thing. And I don't want to be like,
I'm taking that out of it.
Okay, but I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking about from the get-go. Here's the deal. I really liked Sierra and Wes together when they were good, before we knew what we know now. But I bet there is a record of me saying somewhere on this podcast that I was like, there's something about this fucking guy that I'm not sure about. And it has nothing to do with how he looks. What it has to do with is I know that man because I have been engaged to that man. No, I have engaged with men like that quite often because they do have these amazing personalities, and they might not always be the most like handsome, outwardly like stereotypically handsome person in the room. And so you might actually think that they are a nicer guy, that they're more attainable. He kind of has like former fat kid energy, and that can be very attractive and safe to a woman. And he has this great personality that can only be cultivated through years of being
the greater point I was trying to make, and we can get back to this, but I just want to say what I was trying to say about how I was attracted to him is that he doesn't have the traditional Bravo man.
Well, he entered with Jesse Solomon, and it was like,
and he's not like, he doesn't have like the six pack. He doesn't have like but he's like, so, he seemed
small hands.
Oh, didn't notice that, but
I noticed because I have a thing with hands, like they really gross me out. And
that's perfect for me to know.
Yeah,
famously, he has a thing with my hands.
I have a thing with my own hands. I'm spotted, so whatever. But anyway, I just like, I just think from the get go, I was like, you know what? And I've talked about it before. I'm not going to get into it, but it's like, yeah. I've had a moment with the guy who has the great personality, who everybody's like, oh my God, don't be afraid, just go for it. He's such a nice guy. He's such a good guy. He's never going to hurt you. And then guess what? They're actually the worst of them all. Those guys turn out to be the biggest fucking dick bags in the world because they get by on their good personality, and they get like, it's crazy to me. And so from the get-go, I was like, I really hope that West isn't like that. But I just have a feeling that he is. And it's like, once the guy starts getting attractive and people start getting interested in him, it's just like a man's ego. The limit does not exist for how big that will grow. And it's just dark. And anyway, so I do feel like, as much as I liked him and Sierra together, I was like, I just have seen this film before. I know this type of man. And it actually usually ends worse because you really don't think they're going to hurt you, especially because he put in the time with her. He waited until they did have sex to introduce her and actually write a New York Times article just explaining why he didn't like her, in case anybody was confused, because it's all our business.
In the words of Paige DeSorbo, we all see, what did she say? We all see what she has to offer. I mean, how could you not?
How could you not? And I just think... So then Sierra was really hard on him last season, as she should have been. In fact, hindsight's 2020, she should have been harder. She was really hard on him. And then this season, I mean, you've heard me and Phoebe, we've been like, oh my God, get back together.
Has he redeemed
fool
himself?
Me once, fool me freaking twice. Wes Wilson, how dare you fool me twice? You know what I mean? Because we were like, okay, he's walking around this house saying shit like she's the love of my life.
And now it's like
she got duped.
Now it's like it's like where the editors misinterpreting what he was saying, and
was he talking about somebody else?
Was he editing? Were they editing it that way, thinking surely he means Sierra? He can't mean the married woman in the house.
What's killing me so much is that, like, we know one of the hardest things in the world for Sierra is to be vulnerable, to let her guard down, and one of the things that fucks her up the most is being embarrassed. She does not like anybody to make a fool out of her, and that was the big whole thing with Wes. She was like, "You could have just broken up with me, and that could have been it, and you could have just said you don't like me, and I wouldn't be treating you like shit on the bottom of my shoe all summer." Because you took it public in such an insane, it was already public, but you decided to write a New York Times article explaining why you didn't like me when we had already been broken up for months. You didn't have to fucking do that. You embarrassed the fuck out of me, and now I'm gonna treat you like shit because you fucking deserve it. And like, what kills me now is like, I just know she's watching this season of Summer House back and all her confessionals where she's like, I know what it means when West sits on a girl, it means that he likes her and blah blah blah. And I know she is fucking cringing, wants to crawl out of her skin and feel so embarrassed. And I just want to say, Sierra, if you're listening, and I'm sure you are, you have nothing to be embarrassed about. Hold your fucking head high. And I think she knows that. But
he had us all fooled, and also in the Bravoverse, as sad as it is, you're in good company. I mean,
yes.
So many disgusting men have fooled gems of women, and it's because for some reason there is a sect of the Bravo watching community that is super pick me and like obsessed with these men.
It's a lot of like middle to late aged moms of boys.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That like they really sympathize
like, not
with
all
these
boys.
guys
I'm so worried that some girl's gonna accuse my son of something one day. It's like, well, I'm worried that your son's gonna do something. So how about that? How about be worried about that?
Raise your son to not do this to a poor woman.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So I just think disgusting. So now, okay.
Now let's get to
on the other side of this. We've got Amanda Batula, who's been with Kyle Cook from the get-go, and he has treated her like shit from the get-go, and the writing has been on the wall from the get-go. They have been a terrible couple. They're fucking miserable, and we all knew them getting married was a mistake, and when they announced that they were separating, we were like, good for her, good for them. Still kind of annoyed with her because it's like, okay, we could have avoided this whole thing. You could have just like not married the man that cheated on you and treated you like shit publicly on television. It's like, if you ever needed a reminder about why this is not the man, just turn on fucking Bravo, dude. Like, everybody knows what a piece of shit man this was, and you still chose to marry him. So it's hard for me to feel bad for you, especially now, knowing what I know. But this whole summer on Summer House, we are watching Sierra cry to Amanda. Paige isn't in the house anymore. Amanda is her best friend in that fucking house. And she is crying about how West embarrassed her and like the implications of like a black woman dating a white man and how that like leveled it up and made it so much worse.
Amanda is hugging her over this.
Amanda is hugging. Then Sierra's crying to Amanda. Amanda, get out of this relationship. You deserve so much better. I want more for you. She's feeling Amanda's pain and empathizing with her so much that Sierra herself is crying about a relationship she is not in. And Amanda is sitting there plotting to fucking get with the man that broke Sierra's heart.
Here's my question. And maybe we could do a cool little thing where, not based on our own opinions, but we kind of play both sides of,
okay,
do you think it's been going on longer than since we found out about the separation?
Here's the thing. Okay, on one side of it, my gut reaction is to say no. I mean, it's obviously been going on longer than we found out about it. But to say that it was happening in summer of 2025, that is hard for me to believe, except that now, again, hindsight is 2020, I'm rewatching some of these clips and I'm like, you know, there's a scene where someone's like, okay, who's single in the house? And West raises Amanda's hand. And the moment where they go into the bathroom and he like stuffs a sock on his mic so that nobody can hear what he's saying. And there are the moments where like he's so bothered by the way Kyle is treating Amanda. And it makes me wonder if West, even if there was no physical boundary crossed, okay, it makes me wonder if West and Amanda at some point had a conversation where West was just like, you deserve so much better. I could give that to you. And I'm just saying, like, I know it's impossible. It could never happen. I wonder if he in his mind was like, it could never happen, so I can just say it. Because she's never going to do that to Sierra, and she's married. So, like, it's almost safe to tell this woman that, like, I could be whatever. And then there's a chance that, like, Amanda was like, okay, and it became kind of a will they, won't they? And we know that Wes loves a game. So throughout the game of it all, of her being taken, he gets to be the person who's like, oh, but oh my God, let me, you know, whatever. He gets
maybe
to be
they're making each other jealous all summer.
Exactly.
Here's me playing devil's advocate, and I still don't really know where I fall.
Mm-hmm.
But I think about the blind item that we got last summer that said that the seasonal house member is cheating on her significant
Mm-hmm.
other. And at the time, I think Kyle and Amanda were the only ones that were in a relationship at all.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then Amanda starts posting all her weird fucking photo dumps using captions like my broke my wedding vows, using songs that are like
That
about
to
wanting
me
to
feels
be
like
what that's how it felt.
crazy.
But now we look back and
No,
it's like
still that feels crazy to me now.
And then we look at what West is posting with they're using similar pictures. They're all at the same events. West's songs that he's picking are my best friend's ex. Or your best friend's ex. It's something like that. It's some like Black Bear song or something. But
I do feel like that is, I still have a hard time believing that.
And then we look at the scene where he is doing the back rubs with Sierra, and now you look at it in a different light where it's like Amanda kisses Kyle and then Wes decides to move his chair closer and start fawning
When it's like,
over
is Amanda
Sierra.
deciding to like flirt with Kyle when West gets more flirted with? Like, are they feeding into each other that way? And then there's another part of it too where I'm like, I wonder if, because quite frankly, Amanda and Kyle have been really uncomfortable to watch this entire season. And it's like, you know, we kind of saw with Paige when she was leaving Craig that she had mourned the relationship before she was out of it. And so when she did leave the relationship, we were like, Paige fucking hates you. And we've seen a little bit of that with Amanda. And believe me, if Amanda hated Kyle, it would certainly be warranted. He has done plenty
100%.
to deserve her to hate him. However, it's her removal, like, and her emotional unavailability this season.
The way she's been posting
different.
also has been like, it's way too much.
It's way too much. But the thing with Kyle, like, how much she like seems to really hate Kyle and talk a lot about it publicly on the show. Like, it doesn't seem like somebody who's trying to protect the image of their relationship, which I think for a long time they were. And I was content to believe it was just because she was so checked out of the relationship she had already decided to leave. But now I'm like, was she checked out because she had somebody else? And it's really easy to be, you know, the best way to get over someone's to get under somebody else. Like, is that what that was?
And it was a lot of kind of digs that were not.
It was like, I hate Kyle as much as the next guy. But it was uncomfortable to watch half the show. I was like,
and another thing that I want to say in just the juxtaposition of Sierra versus Amanda, not to pit two women against each other, but in this case, Amanda, you've done that.
Hey, we're not pitting them against each other. Amanda, this is on you, girl.
I'm about to.
Yeah, but if she had never done what she did,
I wouldn't be.
You know what I mean?
But there's that. I saw a TikTok where someone pointed this out in the last episode when Sierra brings up the house that she's bought, her grandparents' house that she bought.
Yeah.
And she and Lindsay are like, Lindsay, and Ben are the only people that own houses. And Sierra's like done a lot of work. And like, it's her buying that house. Not that it's not impressive that Lindsay and Ben own property. But like what Sierra's, and also just like the thoughtfulness behind it and just her reasoning. And she's so like intelligent.
She's also a lot younger than Lindsay. She hasn't had as much time to gather the funds to do what she wants to do.
I love that confessional where she was like, I'm really proud of myself. Like, I was responsible. Like, I did the things that I had to do to get this done because I knew this was something that was important to me. And then Amanda looks at Kyle and says, well, I still don't have my house in Jersey. Well, hey, Amanda, why don't you buy the house in Jersey?
Yeah.
You
get all your brand deals.
Yeah, that apparently I'm sure, well, that's what I thought you were so excited to get back to when you made that story post this past weekend about how for her mental health, she's going to start posting again and going out more. Okay. Me posting on my story, hey guys, for my mental health this weekend, if you guys see me out at the bar, do not be alarmed.
It's like,
it is just for my mental health.
Don't be out at the bar doing the thing we don't want you to do.
Yeah.
It's like,
and also I saw a TikTok that was like, and this is like, Amanda, you would really benefit from a sister, because this girl goes, Amanda, you couldn't have like gotten coffee with a friend the day that you posted that.
Literally,
you had to go right to the bar with West.
I think it's how unapologetic they are that's pissing me off even more. Like, it's like
him leaving her apartment. Dude.
Crazy. Her with the videos of her putting the scarf on her head and then dramatically taking it off. It's like, and you want everybody to see you being like, I'm so like, it's like nobody fucking feels bad for you, girl. And I'm sorry, but your joint statement, first of all, the joint statement for a situationship couldn't be more embarrassing than that.
Amanda,
where was the I'm sorry to your best fucking friend? Where's the loyalty? And also, you know what?
Hey, in the second story, you're gonna specifically point out you understand the people in your personal life that you have hurt. Clearly you don't, because now you're posting this so you can go hurt her some more.
It's like, even if, let's say that like,
just lay low for a second longer, buddy.
Exactly. Just lay fucking low, dude. Like, it's not that big of a deal to not be with your fuck buddy for a minute when the entire world is mad at you.
It is, that makes it even more.
And they're not mad. You're not a victim. She is, you know what? She's a perpetual victim.
She always has been.
I rewatched. Is that why you stayed with Kyle so long? Because you knew that if you were with him, you would never look bad.
I think that's part of it.
Because he would always look worse.
I rewatched. She also is so male-centered.
I know.
I rewatched that clip where Luke is like talking over, and you guys know I'm not a Luke stan. Never liked him because of how he treated Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
But Hannah, she's not vindicated in everything, but like I do think she's been vindicated in a lot.
I do
not
too.
That we were always pretty much like you guys overreacted in Summer House.
The things that Hannah did in that Summer House season don't hold a candle to what everybody else has done.
And also, I think you also have to remember the kind of season that was. That was the COVID. They were in that house. It wasn't the weekends. They were in that house with each other.
You were being filmed 24/7 during the first weeks of COVID.
With Kyle Cook in the house.
Imagine that.
Oh
and
my
you're
God,
25,
I'd be in jail.
By the way, you're 25 years old.
Jail. I'm being fed lover boy that I hate.
Oh my God.
But no, there's that scene where Luke is talking over her, and she panics, and she's like, I hate him. I hate that guy. And she goes in the kitchen and she like breaks a bunch of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, at first it was like, oh, none of us like Luke. And still, I do agree with that. But now I look back on it and I'm like, you didn't like that Luke didn't give you the attention that he gave the other women in the house. He was the only boy in the house that wasn't and wasn't doing what Wes is doing this season of like wanting to make you feel better about Kyle.
Well, and let's think about how Jesse Solomon treats Amanda. He's always commenting on her shit, blah, 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 and how mad she was at Lexi for saying that was a problem. Listen, if I'm Lexi and Jesse, you can pretend all you want that you weren't like love bombing the fuck out of this girl right when you met her, but you were. And if I'm entering a relationship the way that Lexi believes she was entering one, I would also be like, okay, can you like cool it? Because we're public figures and people are talking about this and they're all shipping you and it's making me uncomfortable. Like, and I don't want, whatever. And Amanda not getting
Amanda should have felt that way too. Amanda should have said, yeah,
the Ben thing.
I am married. And it is kind of inappropriate for you to comment like that on my
comment back and be like, LOL, stop, or like make a joke out of it, but you didn't do that because you didn't want to, and also
be the girl's girl who's gonna be like, Jesse, of course that makes her upset.
It really pissed me off the way that they treated Lexi, as much as like you don't even have to like Lexi to not agree with the way that they treated her.
We spoke on that a lot.
And honestly, historically, women who enter the summer house are treated like shit. Paige and Hannah were exceptions.
Led by none other than Amanda Batula.
Exactly. Because she wanted to be the whatever. And like, that's why she stuck with Kyle so long, because she is the ultimate pick-me. She was like, I don't care that he cheats on me every weekend. Ultimately, he's going to pick me. And that's why I'm going to marry him, to prove to everybody that he picked me.
It's that, and every weekend when they go into that house, if Kyle's in charge of the house, Amanda is by proxy in charge of the house.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And gets that
So I have a couple of things just while we're on this topic I just do want to say about Summer House. And one is that I'm watching West talking to Kyle about how he should talk to the girls. I'm watching him talk to just various men, KJ, like all these guys, and telling them, here's what you should say, here's what you should say. And I'm like, wow, you know what? Like sometimes if I'm removing myself from the reality of the world, I'm like, wow, West has some really good advice for these guys. He's really good at coaching these guys through conflict. And you know what I realized? It's because he's the ultimate manipulative fuckboy. He knows all the moves. He fucking wrote the book. So he knows how to tell you to get what you want, to just solve this right now. Here's what you need to say, Kyle. Just say exactly what I'm telling telling you right now, you don't have to fucking mean it, but this is what you need to say, and this will get to the heart of it, because I'm so good at reading other people and figuring out the best way to manipulate them and rewire their brain to get what I want to make myself look good, that I can now teach you guys how to do it as well. And I'm going to look like a really good friend, and I'm going to look like I'm really good at telling you, and I'm going to look like the healthy guy here. But what it actually is I'm so gifted at manipulating a situation and manipulating a human being that I can tell you exactly what to do, and I'll always be right, and it will always work. And so you'll keep coming back to me and treat me like I'm the best guy in the house and treat me like I just know, and I'm so emotionally intelligent. There's a difference between being emotionally intelligent and emotionally manipulative, okay? There's a big difference, but they look very similar. And I just want to say, if you meet an emotionally intelligent man, think twice. Make sure you're not mistaking it for emotionally manipulative. Make sure it's not a wolf in sheep's clothing. The other thing I want to say is the whole Ben thing. The whole thing of Amanda being like, wait a minute, like, I can't believe that Ben's girlfriend is like mad at me because I said that Ben wants to have sex with me. Yeah, stop saying that about everybody. You did say it, dude. And in fact, on this week's Summer House, we saw a preview where she's going to say it even more in a confessional.
Also, like, another thing that bothered me about the whole thing is it's like, it's one thing, at the beginning of the summer, it felt like one thing, where it was like Kyle was upset. It was a different kind of conversation that was like Ben crossed a line in Italy that made everybody kind of uncomfortable. And now it's morphed into like maybe it was a joke in a group chat that like if you guys all went skinny dipping in Italy and everybody's always talking about Amanda's boobs, and it's like, is that what it was? And Amanda decided to make it seem like more than it was, and now she's kind of trying to. She still wants to make sure that we all know that there was a world in which Ben wanted to have sex with her, but now she wants to say,
it's not my fault Ben wanted to have sex with me.
Now she wants to say, well, yeah, they said it in the group chat. Like, it's just very strange. But also, this isn't me defending Amanda, but I am curious, maybe we'll see it tomorrow, but production, where is the clip of her saying that to?
We're getting it tomorrow.
But I haven't actually
We are going to get a confessional clip of her tomorrow.
No. Her saying it to his girlfriend.
Saying what?
Ben wanted to fuck me.
Okay, I don't know if she says it to the girlfriend. That's what Ben has heard about it from everybody.
She says to Ben that Amanda said that to her, and that's what Ben confronts her about at the golf outing tomorrow.
I do think we're going to see it tomorrow. I think we're going to get more on the situation, because I have seen the confessional now that was released where Amanda looks at the camera and is like, okay, Ben did want to have sex with me. Like, he's told me that he did.
I just mean, I want to see the look on the girl's face. Like, if we have the clip of her doing what Ben is saying, what she said that Amanda did, like, I want to see that conversation. That I want to see
that conversation didn't even happen on air.
No, it was at Lindsay's party.
Oh.
That's why I'm confused why we don't have a clip of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to rewatch. Oh my God. Anyway, one more thing on this. Do you think, because Edie Parker posts their collab with Amanda Batula on the day that their joint statement comes out, and they pull it down. And I was thinking about this from a marketing perspective. And I'm honestly, like, on one hand, because here's the deal. West has gained over 50,000 followers, which is, by the way, sick and twisted. Them? No,
because it fell off really quickly at a certain point.
I don't think.
Because it went, now he's back down to 430. 435.
I think that he is savvy enough at this point to know that if he were to be buying followers, like, I think he would have waited a week to see what the damage was, like, if he needed to do that. And then I also think that he also should, I mean, I don't know that he would have, but he should have bought Amanda followers too, if he was going to be doing that. And I also think he's savvy enough to know that, of course, we would find out if he bought them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
I think the truth is there are a lot more pick-me bitches out there than we thought.
Do you think he's the one feeding TMZ this statement that's like he's being like really supportive to Amanda?
I think it's Amanda. I think it's fucking Amanda, dude.
Which makes it even worse. But my main gripe is that Sierra is hurt. But one thing I can't really understand is the situationship of it all. Like, the statement.
How embarrassing.
The way that West has been moving since the statement, us hearing about him hooking up with other people. Because that's another thing that, like,
him apparently having an exclusive girlfriend.
I also don't love the wording in the initial story that's like, Or no. This is me projecting what I think that they're going to say at the reunion is going to be, and I think you've said this before, where it's like, they're going to say, the public pushed us out. We were trying to privately figure out this connection we had. And I can absolutely see, and that kind of seems to be partially the angle that they're taking.
What they said, yeah.
And what frustrates me about that, and how you know that they are actually so selfish, is that, like, that's not the main reason so many people are upset. We are upset that you, as two people who are close to Sierra and to Kyle, who, like, I don't really sympathize with Kyle too much, but at the end of the day, he was married to Amanda, and West, you did present yourself as his friend.
Here's what I'll say about Kyle Cook is I believe that Kyle Cook wanted to be married to Amanda. I think that Amanda wanted to be married and wanted to be right and wanted to be picked.
Yeah.
But I think that, like, say what you will, Kyle could have left Amanda a million years ago. Kyle has treated her abhorrently on television and been forgiven for it every season and been invited back. The public has not punished him enough for his mistreatment of her. If he didn't want to be with that woman and love her, I don't believe that he would have been. Like, I really don't. I don't believe he would have married her without a prenup. Like, I just don't believe those things. I think he would have sooner broken it off if he didn't genuinely love her. That is the only amount of grace I really have for him, is that I do think he's sad that he doesn't get to be with her anymore. But also, I'm like, you did make your bed. But at the same time, like, I don't really feel bad for him in this at all. And I'm sure Amanda's like, Kyle, like, can you, like,
maybe. I just,
he's making all their teams are working overtime, is what I will say. Kyle's team had him out on the streets. They had TMZ there. They were like, make sure we get a good soundbite here where he looks really supportive of Amanda. Let's make sure he buys her flowers.
The only reason I bring up Kyle is to bring up the fact that it's not, Wes isn't just hurting Sierra. He is also a friend to someone in the situation. They're both betraying their friends. And what they don't seem to be getting, and like the way that they need to be spinning this, is that we have an issue that there was even a part of your brain that let yourself go to a place where you would want to explore that with a friend's ex.
Yes.
Like, that's the thing that so many normal, well-adjusted people can't like, I can't imagine wanting to date a friend's ex or even explore that connection.
No, and it's like,
especially one who did one of my quote unquote best friends so wrong.
And even if, here's the other thing. I've had friends who have been in relationships that have broken up and they've been dumped, and like they have been like, he's a fucking monster, he blah blah blah. And I'm sure, like, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but there have been moments where I've been like, okay, as her friend, I'm going to stay super loyal to her and take her side, but I don't know that I really think he's a villain. Like, I think that they just weren't meant to be together. No matter what, when you break up with somebody, you fucking hate them. You can say you're going to be friends, you're not going to be friends, you're going to probably hate each other. And it doesn't always mean that person's a terrible person. Like that, I believe that. However, if it's I can't fathom it. If it's my best friend, And we sort of talked about this before the statement too. We were like, let's say this is true. Let's say it was like, oh my God, this is first of all, you better make it worth it, as Sierra said. But let's say it's like, oh my God, this is the one. I have to be this person, blah, 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 blah. Then the first person you call is Sierra. And you say, oh my God. You don't do this at all. But if you have to, if you really feel in your heart that you have to do it and it's worth the risk and it's worth whatever, then you call Sierra and you say, can I take you to dinner? I need to talk to you about something. And you sit down with her and you're like, listen, I feel like a fucking terrible person and I don't even know how I got in this situation. And the first thing I needed to do was talk about this with you because I don't know how it happened, but I think I like West. And then you just and then you'll know very quickly if this is a road you can proceed with or not. But the other thing is, there's like some decorum there. There's a shred of respect for your friendship and for your friend. The fact that they decided to be sneaky as fuck and secretive and not tell her about it until a couple days before that statement.
It's so gross.
Says so much about who they are. And like,
deceitful.
As much as I hate Wes, like, I might hate Amanda more because West has shown us who he is, and we knew, and Amanda's out here pretending to be a fucking best friend to Sierra. How dare you?
Yeah, that's what's really troubling, is that we kind of know that West has this in him,
Yeah.
But
We
with
were already
Amanda,
wary of him. We never expected we needed to be wary of her best friend.
right, even if we were privy to her pick-me, like, this just felt so unthinkable.
Yes.
And paired with the way that we're watching the season and the conversations that are being had, it's just like
And also, like, imagine how safe Sierra felt
and now
with Amanda. She was like, Amanda's married. Amanda's not gonna.
I'm just so grossed out by, like, seeing the picture and that video that came out of them earlier this week of, them on the street after their night out, and then they're having their
they're
date
playing
night.
like,
but you see
to each other,
this,
they're like,
if
I
I'm
can't believe this is
Amanda,
happening to us.
if
We
I'm
don't deserve
Amanda,
this.
if I'm Amanda and I see this video of me doubled over smiling, laughing at Wes, and Wes standing 3 feet away from me looking miserable, I'm like, wait a second.
I'm like, wait, do I have it all freaking wrong? Wait, did I make a massive mistake here?
Wait, do I look crazy? And guess who you can't call? You can't call your best friends.
And who
you can't call Paige?
Does Amanda have any fucking friends? Because I'm thinking about it. Do you have any girlfriends? Because anytime there's been an opportunity to take the girl's side, you have always taken the boy's side. Even with West, like, Amanda, you should have said snip, snip. You were too nice to West at that fucking reunion.
Just like Paige.
And you know what? A down ass bitch. Like,
Paige was looking at you guys. Paige was looking at you guys at the reunion and was
I saved the sticker of, I made it a sticker because there is a look on Paige's face where she fucking clocks it. And I'm sending it to you.
No, I can picture it in my head. Sierra's talking to Paige, and Paige is like looking, and Amanda's sitting next to West, and she's like, it's just like, now you can, like, it's over, like, now you can just be your goofy self. Ew!
Shut the fuck up, Amanda. Hey, shut the fuck up, Amanda.
Also, here's one thing West has that you don't, Amanda. A personality.
You know, I felt bad for you, Amanda, when you went to the apology beach and Kyle was like, maybe you should get a fucking personality. I was like, oh, how terrible for your husband to say that to you. You know what? He was right.
Amanda, the personality that you have is being a guy's girl. That's your personality.
Is being a guy, it's like, it's fine,
joke.
You can cheat on me. Like, I'll still be here with my snapback on. Like, that's your personality. I got really big boobs and a snapback. And
wait, I saw a TikTok that was so funny.
My husband makes me miserable. He doesn't tell me I'm pretty enough. Can all of you guys?
This TikTok was like, can we finally stop acting like Amanda knows how to dress?
Oh my God. You know what? The clip that lives rent-free in my mind is Amanda's wearing like a 2-piece set and Lindsay's wasted in the kitchen. She goes, okay, Amanda, go get dressed.
Let's go.
We're going. And Amanda's like, I am dressed. She goes, oh, let's get out of our PJ. She's like, oh.
Wait, no.
So she goes, okay, Amanda, it's time to go get dressed.
A TikTok explaining that was like, Amanda thought she was doing like the trend, like wear your cute pajamas to the club. And Lindsay was like, that's not what they mean.
No, but then unfortunately, you know, Amanda's like, well, I'm just so like, I'm like so not a girly girl. Like, I don't even know what's in. Like, of course I got it wrong.
For, like, it's not about like the male gaze for me.
Yeah, but then like she's trying so hard to be Hailey Bieber. Like, come on, give me a fucking break,
dude.
Anyway, she
makes
sucks.
me.
She makes me
mad in a way that actually a Bravo. Like, I don't even know if Raquel made me this mad.
Well, and here's what I need to say also, and then I want to move on from this because I'm exhausted by it. But I don't want to see a shred. I mean, I'm already seeing it, but I don't want to see another shred of hate towards Sierra for a single move she makes after this. I don't care that she wasn't with this man for 11 years like Ariana was with Tom. I don't give a fuck. She's a million times more likable than Ariana was at the height of her Vanderpump popularity and at the height of her relationship with Sandoval. And so I do not want to see a black woman get the brunt of, you're milking this. You guys weren't together. Shut the fuck up. It's about her friend.
That's the exact point I was going to make.
And you guys are missing it. It's not about the scrub West.
What makes this like scandal in our psyches, in our brains, the thing that really makes us like, it feels like that kind of betrayal
is the female friendship at the heart of it.
It's not.
And let's be clear. Sierra and Amanda had a better friendship than Raquel and Ariana, so we should actually be more.
That's what I'm saying. No. What I'm saying is the betrayal with Sandoval was more so Sandoval and Ariana. This,
yes,
it's like if Raquel and Ariana were stronger friends. Like this is like if they had the stronger friendship, which is why I think for a lot of people
were saying like they were best friends. You know what I mean? So like,
right,
Amanda and Sierra were actually best friends. So imagine the heartbreak Sierra's feeling. She probably hasn't even thought about West. You know what I mean?
I do love the parallel of West asking Kyle about their sex life.
I know. I mean,
That
it's a
is
little
just,
too on the nose.
it's just
I
a
gotta
little
say.
uncanny. It's like a little bit crazy that
And
that
now
we
we're
have those
allegedly
two
getting an
scenes back to
Ozarks
back,
summer house. No thanks.
where he's the bridge. If
No
West is the
thanks.
bridge, not interested.
Hey, Amanda, you're gonna be single soon.
How embarrassing.
I mean, mortifying. Amanda,
Honestly, okay, I know what Sierra said. I know what Sierra said to Sydney Sweeney. That was, they kind of have to get married, right? Like, to make it worth it.
And Sydney's
But
like,
part of
sure.
me-
She has no idea what Sierra's talking about.
Part of me, I know she fully thinks they're talking about
Sierra's like,
this.
Sydney's like, Team Amanda.
She would. I'm just said.
To my friends, I'm just said.
I think, what was I gonna say?
I don't know, but I do know what I. Okay.
No, I know what I was gonna say. Sierra.
I don't know, but I do know what I was gonna say.
No, now I know. Sierra said that she thinks that that's how you make up for it. You have to get married. But I honestly think I would have. This is so mean.
Give it to me.
I would rather see Amanda be left embarrassed so much for everything that she's done than get married. Like,
I want to see her not be able to avoid being embarrassed, because right now she pretends that she's not embarrassed by any of these things. I'm a cool girl. I want to see it be so embarrassing she can't help but feel so humiliated.
Exactly.
Ooh,
and that's why I have chills. That's why Sierra. Hey guys, that's why Sierra's better.
And say it with me. We hate women. Okay, the truth is out. 4 years of podcasting, and we're gonna say it. We fucking hate women.
Hey, some people were onto it quicker than others.
Some women deserve to be hated. How about that? And one last thing I want to say about this before we move on. Sorry. Is fuck. Now what was you took it away from me, my moment, because I knew it and now I don't. No, I know. I knew it. Now I don't. Wait. One last thing. Hey, Amanda. I had your back when Kyle was saying you're a lazy stoner. I was like, what's wrong with being a lazy stoner? I mean, can't relate. Never been lazy a day in my life. But what I want to say to you, Amanda, is if you wanted out of this marriage and you were like, I want to be the main character and I want to like have something great. You've had all the tools and all the time and all the security that Sierra did not have, that Paige has not had, that Hannah didn't really have, to create a brand, and you let it flop. You let it flop, not Kyle. I know Kyle might not have been supportive, but you didn't actually need him to be supportive to have a successful brand. You have had all the followers, you have had all the tools, all the exposure, all the money, all the brand deals. So the fact that you have nothing to show for your life,
that was my point with the house thing.
Entirely on you, and how embarrassing.
It didn't just show the thoughtfulness between the two of Sierra and Amanda, but it also showed the initiative. Like, Amanda, you could have had the house in Jersey seasons ago.
Yeah. You could have done it yourself without Kyle.
100%.
You could have had everything you wanted, and you just wanted to be with Kyle, so you had somebody to blame it on.
It's crazy the spell we were under because how much we don't like Kyle. Because
I know
those pictures
literally
that Kyle gave, the pictures that Kyle gave to production of the house, I was like making excuses for how fucking gross she made the house look.
I was like, she has really cute like accessories though.
I'm like, Amanda, that is gross. If I'm Kyle and like I'm not trying to commend Kyle ever at all, but like if I'm Kyle and I'm coming home from like working.
Well, here's one thing I'll say about Kyle. He parties super hard, but he works
super
pretty hard. You know?
So like, if I'm coming home in between that time and my wife, who doesn't do fucking anything, is like stoned out of her mind, and also the house is a mess and she's asleep, and like I don't give a shit about the fucking, like, Kyle, you're gross, but, like,
yeah.
I mean, if you can't even, like, have a conversation with your husband because you're so stoned, and, like, also that, again, the house is as filthy as it looked.
Which is, like, I think if you want to have respect as a stoner, I want to see your resume. You know what I mean?
It's valid for your husband to, like, say something about that. If he's your husband's kind of the one who can it's like, be whatever.
Like, and it's not like, you know, it's not like, now, it's... Do I think Kyle handled that well? No. However, it would be okay if you're in a healthy partnership with your husband, for your husband to be like, hey, I've noticed you're smoking a lot of weed.
Yes. He used it as a weapon, and that's why we had such an issue with it.
Approach it the right way, but I do want to say that, like, if you are a woman whose husband is concerned about your weed smoking and your lack of initiative, it might not mean that he is a supervillain. Like, but you know what I mean? Like, I do want to say that. But it's like, okay, Amanda, if you don't want that to be a source of contention, don't let it be. You can smoke as much weed as you want as long as you have something to show for your fucking life. And you don't. Like, you don't. And
now all you have to show for it is your shitty situationship that I think will fall through in a month or two.
And now even your stoner partnership with Edie Parker fell through.
I think for right now, my prediction is they're going to want to make it through the reunion just for, like, their pride.
Yeah.
But after that, I don't know if Wes is going to... I think Wes might take this Ozarks thing as, like...
He should go cheat on Amanda in the Ozarks on TV.
Hey, Wes, I would like that.
Oh my God, we're
moving quickly to
Temptation Island for 1 second.
Wait, I wanted to talk really quickly about potentially Kyle's exit from Beverly Hills.
Okay, go ahead.
The potential trade for Kyle Richards to bring Lisa Rinna.
I'm in.
I'm in because here's the thing, Kyle.
I'm over you.
This past episode, I think what I said in the situation group chat was, like, really on point.
Mm-hmm.
She is like a canine unit scent dog for when she can be mean to Dorit or, like, hear about something bad that Dorit did
and make it look like Kyle, like, oh my God. And I want to say something here.
I just noticed this, like, hunger in her eyes at Rachel Zoe's party, where, like, when she realized that Dorit had hurt Sutton's feelings, which, like, hey, I guess, like, Sutton, I do have a soft spot in my heart for you.
I do too.
And
but
I do think Dorit
can take care of herself.
Yes, it's like Dorit could have been nicer to you, but Dorit's also, she is going through a lot. Like, she just, like, I would be losing the patience for these conversations as well when I have to be dealing with what I'm dealing with in my actual life, not just on the show. And when Kyle,
you haven't had my back one
time, I don't want to hear this, like, act like you're, like, her best. You have not been her best friend in seasons.
No,
and also. There was just this glint in her eyes when she caught wind that Sutton felt bad because of Dorit. I was just like...
Where it's like, you don't actually feel bad for Sutton. You're looking at this as an opportunity that you're excited by. You're happy Sutton feels bad.
Like, it grossed me out so bad. And then when they go in the house and it's like, I think it's Kathy, Sutton, and Kyle. And I love Kathy. Kathy can stay. I hope if Kyle leaves...
stay forever.
If Kyle leaves, I don't want to lose Kathy.
And I don't think we will. I don't think Kathy gives a fuck.
I hope not.
Kathy doesn't care if Kyle's off that show. Kathy won't even notice. One thing I gotta say about Kyle is, like, Kyle, you either live long enough to see yourself, you either are a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain, as Harvey Dent said. And when you decided to divorce Mauricio, have an affair with a woman and be dishonest about it, because honestly, Kyle, if you would have left Mauricio and said, I'm with Morgan Wade and I'm really happy, guess what? Everyone in the world would have been like, yeah! Like, everyone would have supported the fuck out of you.
I'm not a Kyle defender. I do think a lot of that came from Morgan, not from her.
Okay, well, now it looks like that. But what I will say is, you've been on this show since the inception of it, and you have been sharing your life unguarded. And then one day you just decide to stop and you get mad that we have any questions about that. Mm-hmm. And your whole time on the show, you were messy as fuck. And you had a little bit of a holier than thou attitude, but it worked because you were messy. Mm-hmm. And you could laugh at yourself. And we
saw your life. That, like, we saw the good and bad.
She's going to be like, don't ever tell me my husband won't emotionally satisfy me. And then she's going to get fucking wasted and do a split and do all this stuff and, like, be hilarious and fun to watch. I'm happy for you that you are on this health journey, that you are sober, that you are working out, that you are happy with where your life is.
I realized she was sober.
You don't? You didn't?
I don't.
She makes a really big deal out of it.
I don't think I realized. This season? I missed a little bit of last season.
She's been sober since she left Mauricio. I think Morgan Wade
right over my head, everybody.
Anyway, Kyle's been sober for a couple seasons now. And someone made a comment on the show and they were like, Kyle, like, have fun or whatever. And Kyle's like, how dare you? And it's like, no, that's... Like, be sober, be on this health journey. That's awesome. But now the holier than thou thing is a little bit too much because it's like you're not opening up about your life. You're being shitty to your friends. You're not entertaining. And all you want to do is talk about, like, I'm there's a little bit of this chip on your shoulder about the way that these women act when, like, you acted fucking crazy for years.
And I think a lot of it comes from, like, the thing that really bothers me about Kyle is, and she kind of is like a grown Amanda a little bit. Not in the way of, like, Mauricio was never like Kyle. Like, I think they had a really healthy marriage for so long, and I think that they're the way that they have a mild friendship now is a testament to that. Like, they had a good relationship. However, she's also male-centered, and that's why this thing with Dorit is so contentious
so dark to me.
And I don't understand why Kyle can't, like, just, like, shake it out of her head. Like, oh my God, this is my best friend of, like, 5 or 6 years, however long it's been. And I'm actually, like, why would I take her alcoholic, idiot, abusive, almost boyfriend, like, or husband? Why would I take his
like,
side?
You don't know, and, like, you haven't seen it firsthand,
We've
Kyle.
seen it as the
We've seen it
viewers.
firsthand, so I know you've seen worse. And what I also wanted to say, the reason I brought up the divorce is, like, Kyle, you initiated the divorce. Dorit didn't fucking ask for this. Dorit, I don't think, and I might be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't feel like Dorit initially wanted the divorce. I think she really was thinking they weren't going to get divorced. I think she thought it was just like a break.
For some reason, I feel like you're right, yeah. And I think what's really interesting is Kyle just, like, she has made Dorit the villain in the divorce.
Yes.
And I think it's because
there's
she...
pretty obvious villain.
Exactly. I think it comes from how much she is desperate still for Mauricio's approval, and he's friends with PK, so she's hearing everything that PK is or everything that Mauricio is saying about PK, and for some reason she cannot see through the fog of that through to her friend.
I think she also has a really difficult time realizing that Dorit could be a victim in something and Kyle didn't get to be. Kyle didn't get the sad, we feel bad for you edit because she initiated the divorce and she was with somebody else and she was being secretive about it. Now, here's the deal. I don't think that Kyle, I want to be careful in their words. I want to say I don't think she owes anyone anything regarding her sexuality. You know what I mean? Like, nobody should be forced to come out of the closet. I do think it makes sense that there was an expectation that she would tell us because of the way that she shared her life and so many difficult, like, you're sharing, like, really dark parts of your relationship with your sister Kim. You're sharing really personal things, but this is the thing that you won't touch. I think that was confusing for people.
I think it was confusing. Also, it would have been one thing if she was actually being secretive about it. But she wasn't.
She was. I mean, that's the thing. It was like she was acting, and everyone's it's kind of like the cocaine thing in the beginning when everyone's like, "Are we really not going to talk about it?" Like,
yeah, it's like if we didn't
stop acting like you don't do coke. You know what I mean?
If we weren't getting these paparazzi pictures or these pictures of them at concerts, like all these things of her and Morgan Wade
in the show
of them FaceTiming, it's like
you're in the music video kissing her, bitch. Like
that's what makes it hard.
Weird for me. It's like Chriselle with G Flip doing the music video.
It's like
oh no, we're not together. Like, I'm not talking about that. It would have been like, okay, but don't you want us to be talking about it? Because then why did you do the music video?
Yeah, that's where it's hard, and I think it's just made her less and less likable. To be honest, I've never been a Kyle fan. Only thing that I've liked about Kyle is that, like, she for a long time, and I've really, like, lost this feeling for her, but, like, to me, she feels like our childhood, like sitting on mom's bed, like doing laundry with her, like
100%.
Like,
and she was always mom's favorite because she would say Kyle's the most likable and the most real.
And that's another reason I really don't like Amanda Francis. Because you fucking ruined that house. You ruined that house.
Ruined it. That house is like as iconic as the Kardashian house.
And then
she
tried to be like, well, yeah, I wasn't going to keep the checkered floor.
Why?
Amanda,
okay, then I'll take it.
Amanda, I've never wanted
a house. It's a landmark.
Here's another thing. I would keep Kyle on for a season if it meant we lost Amanda Francis. I'm done. I don't
think
enjoy
Amanda's
her.
Leaving. Amanda made a post that was like, "See ya."
Good.
I would love it if she's gone. And Jennifer Tilly, why is she still friend of? Get her
on. No, because she loves it. Because she said that's her favorite thing to be.
I love her so much. I hope she never leaves my television screen.
Her always in the pool. Also, did you see her reunion dress?
Of course I did. It's amazing. But The thing is with Kyle, I do at the end of the day think it is that like one, she was always kind of like the main character. It was like her versus Lisa Vanderpump. Lisa left. Kyle kind of got to be like the OG, and she got to be sort of like the main character of Beverly Hills. Dorit's divorce. Dorit is beautiful. Dorit is hilarious to watch.
She has a better personality than Kyle.
Dorit is in this terrible situation. Like, I'm sorry, if Rachel Zoe loves her, then I trust it. Like, I trust Rachel Zoe.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
I just trust her.
Like, if
and Rachel Zoe's ex-husband's girlfriend speaking, shut the fuck up. Don't put disrespect on Rachel Zoe's name. How dare you? I can't believe how much I am, like, by the way, invigorated by Rachel Zoe on Beverly Hills.
Yeah, she is really.
I have a new person for my vision board in such a major way.
And she's also invigorated Dorit's character on the show, I think.
Yes.
Like you and I have always like loved Dorit in our own kind of like she's like not
such
perfect.
A character.
Like she's
I thought
probably
she had an accent. I thought she was from a different country for a really long time.
Well, I will never forget when they had that conversation when she first came on the show.
About
when they
her
were like
accent?
when they were like trying to figure out where she was from, and then they realized that she was from like the Northeast, and they were like,
why do you talk like that? It's so funny. It's hilarious.
And she still talks like that.
And she's so pretty. Sorry, I think she's so beautiful.
Sorry, she is one of the most beautiful people alive.
She's stunning. Allow her to be late to take pictures. I want to see the pictures. Like, so give them to me.
Okay, that's another reason that
it's called a public service.
Listen, what I like about Rachel Zoe is she is able. I think Mom would probably agree. I don't know that Mom is caught up, but I think that Mom would like Rachel Zoe if she was watching.
I do too. Well, because Rachel's like, hey, Dorit, it does annoy me that you're late, but at the same time,
that's exactly
like,
what I was going to say.
Okay, like you're late. I'm not going to change you.
I think it was her that made the point, or maybe it was Erica before Erica was off Dorit's side. Someone made the point of like, yeah, Dorit, I hate that you're late, but that like Kyle, that's not something that's changed.
No,
that's like you're deciding now to be upset about it.
And it's not like a huge indictment on her character and who she is. Like she is also going through something. And Kyle, what's annoying to me is that I think that Kyle imagines that she has been or currently is going through something too. And why does Dorit? And it's like, Erica, you're going through something, but also Erica, okay,
I don't know. And the thing is, another thing that I love about Dorit is that every week I do get like a Dorit, why did you say that?
Totally.
It kind of keeps me on my toes.
Because you know what? She's real. She's real and raw.
Exactly.
And Kyle is not.
But
Kyle seems very calculated these days, and she used to be so authentic, and that's what I'm not loving. And she's threatened by another authentic bitch who the public feels sorry for because she's in an objectively shitty situation, and Kyle didn't get the princess divorce treatment, which, by the way, divorce isn't getting that, or Dorit's not getting that, but Kyle didn't get that because Kyle asked for it.
Exactly. She didn't earn it.
If Mauricio had woken up one day and said, I'm fucking leaving you,
we would have all been in Kyle's side.
We would have all, but that's not what happened. In fact, he didn't want a divorce. And now he's doing whatever he's doing, and you're kind of annoyed about it. And it's like, bitch, you can't be annoyed about it. And that's why you guys are still friends. That is the reason she is still friends with Mauricio. It's because she realizes, oh, I don't get to be mad because I asked for this. I still think they'll get back together.
I do, and kind of I hope they do. Like I've always loved them. Like that's part of what we loved about Kyle.
They're a great family.
Was their family.
Yeah.
This is the last thing we'll say about Beverly Hills, I think, probably. And I can't even believe we haven't talked about Amanda Francis. That's a Patreon conversation.
Yeah.
At the Italy dinner, when Dorit says something about how she's going through a quote fucked time, and Erica, like
Erica just says, You're
going through a fuck time? Like, and it's just like, Erica, I just wanted to say, just so we can round it out on the big three of this fight, Erica, Dorit, and Kyle. Erica, you've been going through a fuck time for a couple of seasons now. This is like so fresh for Dorit right now. And there are two young kids involved that she is having to manage. And I just think, and also Erica, I don't really want to say this, but there's a part of me that feels Coach and Jen Shaw-esque.
Dude, I would, oh my God. Twin?
You didn't know?
I was going to say the same thing. Twin? I was just like, remember when we told people on the bus that we were twins?
Yes. And they didn't really question it.
I was like, they're like, is that your sister? I was like, yeah, what, my twin. Twin. And then I just kept calling Phoebe twin on. I was like, hey, twin, can you, twin, stop touching me. Twin, stop. And then everyone's like, that's weird. And I was like, well, Okay, so no, we are like obviously we're fraternal twins though. And then everyone was like, okay, I buy it. Phoebe looks old.
One of us is clearly prettier.
Which one?
That is for the audience to decide.
Don't tell us what you decided. Don't tell us.
Leave it in a review. And guess our political
Write it in a review. Who's prettier, who's funnier, and who you think is more liberal. Just kidding.
Anyway,
don't. Don't do that.
I feel like Erica brings
you asked for
up
kind of
her quote. No, I
thought you were dancing around it, so I was just like, I was
going. Erica brings up her quote "fuck time" when she's done having an argument, so that she can start crying at the dinner and like get that scary voice that she has.
Oh, that's
and it's like
scary. I can't even do it.
Which she's looking up. She's looking. And it's just like, and then Dorit calls her the C word. And
she says, "You're Erica." By the way, I've been working on my Dorit, but I have no idea if it's good or not.
I think we should. That's a Patreon reveal.
See, that's what the reviewer was talking about, though. By the way.
Oh, so now you're on her side.
Did you get? Hey, girl, did you hear that? Can you go adjust your review and write about that too? She's not interested in my impersonation.
Anyway,
it's kind of rude.
That's something that I think Rachel has tried to consistently make people see is like, you guys are constantly bringing up these other things that are not actually comparable to why Dorit is acting the way that she is. And you guys are making the active choice to not give her grace. And like, what I really didn't like about the editing of the Italy episode was when she said, well, you guys just give me a little bit of grace. And Kyle's like, grace? We've been giving you grace. And then they go through like the past like 5 seasons of all the quote unquote grace they've given Dorit. That's not what she's talking about.
She's talking about she's talking about right this now. Moment with what is going on in her life right now. The other thing I want to say is, unfortunately, I mean, as much as I enjoy watching Erica Jane on my screen, Erica and Kyle share this sentiment, which is that neither one of them is really that much of a sympathetic victim, because both of them, Erica, you entered a marriage with an old as fuck man that you had no attraction to. You were called a gold digger, and let's just be real, it's kind of because you were. And then you got with this guy, and now you owe millions of dollars, and you were a fucking bitch about it, and you were like, I'm not giving it back, and I'm actually going to keep flaunting it. And now you want to be the victim because you're being sued for all this money, and that's really sad, Erica, but like, you made a lot of decisions to get to this point. And you could have done work to make yourself more sympathetic to us before this happened, but you didn't. You're doing it now. And you know what? I'm here for it. But that's at the heart of it.
Don't hold it against Dorit.
They don't like that Dorit gets to be a sympathetic victim.
And also, I don't like that for some reason we're not acting like Erica had a choice the same way Dorit has a choice.
Right.
Amanda likes to not necessarily throw in her face, because Amanda doesn't have the necessarily like social prowess to be throwing, like she doesn't have the housewife gene, but like she has tried to say multiple times, like, well, Dorit, why weren't you like thinking about your finances? But it's like, well, then why is no one saying that to Erica? Why wasn't Erica asking questions about
because
Girardi's
Erica's mean as fuck
finance?
And Dorit is mean when provoked.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Like, that's really what it is.
Like, Erica, I don't like how you, when you're feet are held to the fire because you're being a shitty friend to Dorit, which I'll just say like it, like you guys are being shitty friends to her.
Kyle, you're like talking about like, I think she's having an OCD episode. I think she's having a manic episode.
Erratic.
Why are you putting her mental health on blast like that, you fucking bitch? Also, do we know that Dorit has OCD or bipolar?
I don't think so.
If not, then why are you like, people should be mad about that.
And
you
to
know
be honest, I was even upset before she was using the words, when it was just I think she's a bit erratic because she's spending.
Well, it's like, then why don't you check in with her instead of like talking about it to everybody else?
If you want us
and
to
then
think
ganging up on her at a table.
If you want us to think that you were the good friend that you're trying to convince Dorit you are,
be a good friend.
Then be the good friend.
Be a good friend. Have her back. Even if you want to go home and talk shit on her to Mauricio, that's fine. Do whatever you want to Mauricio. If you want to be Team PK to Mauricio, go for it. But to Dorit, if you want to be a good friend or at least be seen as a good friend or have her think that you're a good friend, then just be on her fucking... It's 101. It's not that hard.
Listen, Dorit is so out of this world. Like, she is not of this planet, it feels like sometimes.
Brilliant character.
But if Bose and Rachel Zoe and frankly, Jennifer Tilly and Kathy Hilton.
Like Dorit, then I trust them.
And like, if Kathy Hilton's going to comfort her at the end of dinner, I have to think that there is merit to Dorit's points. And like, even Amanda wasn't raising her voice. Like, Amanda would love the chance to pile on Dorit, but even she didn't say anything at that dinner.
Uber successful women, Bose, Rachel Zoe, Jennifer Tilly, Kathy Hilton, exactly. And they are all
likable.
Something.
They're all the most likable ones.
Exactly. And you know what?
They're not
Dorit
victims.
Is in with them. It's like, that to me says so much. And all, like, I just revisited that video of Kathy Hilton taking Paris to jail. Paris is wah crying in that front seat. Kathy Hilton's like, shut the fuck up. She is so over it. Kathy Hilton's a real ass bitch.
You know why I also think Mom
she's
would
comforting. You know what? If she thought Dorit was in the wrong at all, guess what she would have done? She would have said, I'm not listening to this. I'm going to keep eating my fucking food, and I'm going to go watch my shows in bed until 4 a.m. And I'm not going to get up out of my chair and walk up a fucking hill and follow Dorit. Nope.
Mom also would be a Kathy Hilton fan.
I mean, Kathy Hilton, national treasure. And
for sure.
You know what?
I adore her.
They're just unbothered. They're just real. They're high-powered women, which is actually one of the most amazing things about the Real Housewives is a lot of these women are not just housewives. You know what I mean? And it's like...
So with people who look down on this show, I'm like, okay, you guys aren't watching then.
Okay.
All this to say, people who I've seen, particularly white gay men on Twitter, not liking this season of Beverly Hills, saying Beverly Hills is going down far. Oh, no one we know, just like those influencers, you know, like those Bravo Twitter spaces.
Yeah.
They're not loving the way the Beverly Hills has been going last couple.
I'm not watching.
You're not watching close enough, babe.
Let me tell you. Phoebe and I watch... They gave us an entire dinner scene.
That doesn't happen.
For a whole episode. They didn't cut a fucking thing because they didn't have to.
I think... You want to hear something crazy?
Sure.
I missed Southern Hospitality and Beverly Hills last week. You want to know which one I decided to watch first?
And that is why I connect to that man so much. Because he is human.
You know which one? You know which one I opted to watch first?
One, Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills.
You can't get enough. Wow.
It's so good this season. Anyway, okay.
Is it because we're obsessed with Rachel Zoe? Like, I don't know.
No, I think it's just because there is...
I'm about to go get hair extensions because of her.
I'm like locked in on the drama of the season though, too.
Yeah. You know what I keep telling myself? Because I'm kind of like... You know what I realize? Every year I'm like upset on my birthday for some reason. And I realize I think that I don't... This goes against what people believe me to be, but I don't think I like my birthday. I am always depressed. I'm always like I don't want to plan anything, and I don't want anyone to plan anything. But then I'm sad enough
You're like Rachel Zoe.
I'm like Rachel Zoe, and I'm having a little bit of a moment because like I'm turning 31, and I'm still acting like this. Like I'm 31. That's not 30, flirty, and thriving anymore. That's pushing 40. You know what I'm saying? And
no, it's not.
But then I heard Rachel Zoe say, "I'm 37 forever," and I thought, wait a minute,
37
is the chic age. And now I'm like, all right, I'm not in a rush, but like I'll be 37 forever.
You know what I mean? Started like real adulthood. I feel like that's what 30s are. I think.
Well, I did get married as a child bride, so like I kind of got a head start.
No, but I even then I still feel like it's like
I was telling Amber, I was like, I just feel too immature to be how old I am. And Amber said, I don't think that ever goes away.
Isn't that how everyone feels, you know?
I don't know. No one's talking about it to me. But I'm talking about it because I'm real and raw. And like, that's
very quickly before we get to our rotations, I do want to touch on Temptation Island because we just got to like hit on it.
I have to say a couple things. One, I think they should be allowed to bring guns on that show.
Only the women, and only the women in the women's villa, and they can elect. They can elect the women in the women in the women's villa can elect to give the men in the women's villa their guns to do their dirty work.
Yes, I agree. Because you know what? I don't want to see any of these women in jail. I don't care about them that much. Well, here's what I want to say. And I could be canceled for this, but I'm here. I'm okay.
Caroline, what would you have to be paid to be a temptress?
Phoebe.
Wait, I just actually noted.
They would have to.
When Amanda Petula is kicked off Summer House because she is so unlikable after the season.
She goes on as one of the sluts on Temptation Island.
When she and West ultimately break up or like their situationship ends, I have the perfect spot for her.
She is modeling her whole personality off of the Temptresses in Temptation Island, who are like, I'm just here for you. Like, I'm here for whatever you need. You want to fuck me? Okay, let's do that. You want to talk? Okay, let's do that. You want to fuck her? Okay. Like, I'm here for you to support you on this journey and your bad haircut. And I'll tell you, I like it.
I love that they don't actually call them Temptresses or Tempters, but like that is, that's how I refer to them.
Dude, this is what's going to get me canceled, but I'm going to say it. And honestly, I'm right. Why is this show like, all right, now bring out the sluts? Like, is that the casting call? Does it say sluttiest woman in America?
It's literally like for the women, it's like bring out the sluttiest women you can find.
Bring out the women who...
And for the men, it's like
best quality, self-described, dick-sucking lips. Bring out those women. That's what the casting call said.
For the men, it's like celibate.
Celibate and sensitive. The two S's.
Good listeners.
I know,
like they're like for the men, for some reason, they're
patient.
Maybe it's just like yes, guys,
non-threatening men.
Here's what I can't understand about the psyche of this show is like as the women, the Temptresses, two main things. There's a million things that come to mind, but like two main things. Number one, how can you do that to your fellow woman? Like, if I'm sitting here listening to these men talk, I'm like, bullshit.
They are completely...
That's not true. Tell me the truth.
Like, I want to talk to these women off air. And
the second thing is, why do you not have the self-respect to, like, why would you ever want to be in a relationship with a man who was on Temptation Island and failing at the whole premise of the show?
My theory, and what I think helps me sleep at night after watching this show... is that they're not there to find a boyfriend. They are there to get a platform. That is what they are there for. They literally don't care. They want everybody to see their rockin' hot bods. And no, even Carter, because you haven't finished it yet.
I haven't finished, no.
Okay. So, yeah, just keep watching. I think that these women are like, I'm playing a role. This is my job. I've been cast in this show, and this is a launch pad. I think that's what they're thinking. That's at least what I'm telling myself, because I can't imagine that any of these men are also fucking ugly. I mean, Cole honestly is cute, but
Summit has its moments to me.
I'm sorry, your name is Summit. You're a red flag number one. Like, I can't. Riley is maybe the most like emotionally manipulative bitch boy I've ever seen on my screen.
Wait, which one is
he? Also
Riley?
Looks like Ludacris. And then Jack. Mikey, is that what I said? When I say Riley?
I was like, who the fuck is Riley?
Mikey. And then Jack. I actually can't even touch that. Like, you're in a 5 year
5 years crazy. 5 years crazy. And
First
then
of all,
I just got to the part.
It makes me question her too, because I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here if you're in a 5-year relationship?
I just got to the part where one thing that these men think they're really good at doing, for some reason they don't think that like all the shitty stuff that they're doing is also being filmed, because they will try to manipulate the story of like, see all the things that she's doing.
I know.
She's giving me permission to now do
between the bonfire clips.
And then it's like Mikey comes and he's like crying. He's crying in his confessional. He's crying at the bonfire. He's crying to these girls. But then
he's like, I'm scared I'm gonna fall in love with you.
Literally,
it's like, how can you fall in love with someone you have a girlfriend?
It's like you're laying these traps so that she then has to do worse stuff on the bonfire for you to watch. So then you have a better excuse.
That's what I kept wanting Mark, the host, to say. I was like, hey, Mark, can you remind these gentlemen that the women only started doing what they're doing after they saw the clips of you having raw dog sex with these sluts. Sorry, I'm calling them sluts again. I'm just like, these women should be absolved of all their crimes. And I know that Mikey didn't physically cross the line with anybody, but he might as well have. And I think that he's maybe one of the most concerning men on the show.
The initial moment that really concerned me was when they pick their first dates and they're all together and she picks the guy and he like
won't look at her.
And that's when I realized what he was doing. He's laying the groundwork to be like, she did that to me. So now I can act however I want, because now she has done the initial, but it's like, okay, but she had to. Would you have acted that way no matter like?
You also picked a girl to go on a date with.
Exactly, and she's like active, and then you also like flirted with actually 3 girls as they walked up. Also, hey, then isn't it the 4 amigos? Because
no,
there's
3 amigos.
There were 3, but there at one point there were 3 people that 3 girls.
His group was 4, but it is the 3 of me. Is that what you're saying? You're saying he
like there's an extra girl.
Yeah. No, I also think that none of those girls had any interest in him at all, and they were like, okay,
well, how could you?
How could you? How could you have interest in? I'm sorry, Jack. If I saw you walking down the street, I'd be like, "Where's your babysitter?"
No, literally, the haircut is like, okay, that was a blindfold prank. And then my issue with Jack.
Nobody has hair like that in real life.
One of many.
He looks like he was on the Artemis space mission. And there's no gravity. And his hair.
One of many issues I have with Jack is he did a similar thing, but less so than Mikey. We're like, okay, did you not think he's doing the, okay. They come back from the bonfire and they find it out that there is going to be the haven for them. And he immediately starts making this comment that is like, well, I know it's going to be my girlfriend. It's going to be my girlfriend.
Yeah, why do you think that is? Because you already basically had sex on camera.
That's what I'm saying.
And you didn't even wait for the hideaway in the haven.
2 issues I have with the editing. Why didn't we see the kisses?
Which ones?
The kisses in the hot tub. They like edit it in a weird way where like we see
we
them,
saw
like,
enough.
Yeah, like, but I'm like, but
I feel like I'm watching porn when I watch the show.
We're censoring the show all of a sudden. I don't get to see them actually lock lips. And then 2 is, and this is me. I'm not really defending the man, but I am like, I do feel bad for this poor girl who's like going back to the villa thinking that her boyfriend kissed a girl. When they're playing she sees the clip of the Truth or Dare, and the guy loses never have I ever. He's like, well, I guess I have to kiss someone. And then he goes over to Mikey and he kisses his like wrist.
Yeah.
But they cut off the clip right. And I just feel like that's kind of unfair to her.
Yeah.
Because now she's wins the next bonfire.
I'm going to say something crazy. I think that there might be more than one issue with fairness in the show. I would say that this whole kind of experiment is pretty unfair. Pretty unfair to I mean, but I'm also just like, I'm sorry, I'm victim blaming. If you go on the show, you get what you got. You deserve it. Like, why the fuck did you go on this show?
Like these women,
this is the most depraved show on television.
And then the girl being like, this was Jack's idea. I'm like, obviously.
Yeah, of course it was.
Clearly.
Of course it was. And also, I think Jack is a full-blown sociopath because I just don't know how you can be with somebody for 5 years and then immediately cheat on her, not care. Just wait till you see what he continues to do, dude. Like, you're not going to believe it. He needs to get STD tested yesterday. And actually maybe every day.
Here's what I fear about this show, though. It is one of Netflix's best. And I will tune in.
I can't stop fucking watching it.
I'll tune in every time.
They've got the fucking Timu Chris Harrison on there,
who I actually like more than Chris Harrison.
But he is so messy. He's like, by the way, I'm just saying, if I were you, I'd go in there and have sex with one of those guys tonight. I just would.
I do like that it is clear that he is team women. However, I do wish he was just a little more anti-men to the men.
But I guess, he needs them all to feel like he's on their team.
But I love when I can't remember any of their names, but the girl says the thing about her boyfriend saying how her arms look and like how her butt looks and like all this stuff. And he is like, that's like not okay. And he's like,
and that's where I draw the line.
He like girl dad lectures her on like, a man should not be saying that to you. And then I think he brought it up to the man. He was like, I don't think he said it in so many.
He's like, by the way, I heard you're making comments on her body. What's up with that, dude?
He like fished in a way where he was able to get the guy to come out and say that he's like, yeah, I mean, like if she says like, I want my like butt to be bigger, or like I want to like be able to do this.
Like, well, here's how you should do that.
And Mark was like, do you think you could like not say that?
I know. But it's like, but Mark's like, but by the way, there are condoms in the drawer at the house. There are condoms. And hey, if you don't want to use them, like, I don't care. And the tempters don't either. It's like basically, like he's like, I draw the line at body shaming, but you should have raw dog sex with some of these women. Just to see if your relationship can withstand the test.
Exactly.
Mark is like, come on, do it. Fuck. Like, it's crazy.
It's the craziest show
This
ever.
show, I would, it's unthinkable. There's not even like an alternate universe where I'd ever find myself involved in any way in the show.
No, but
However, I like
also,
to picture it sometimes, but then I immediately am in jail. Like the
I did have
because I'm in jail. And I've got the death penalty.
I had a joke unlock similar to us when we enter Love Island as bombshells, you and me.
Yeah. Which, by the way, we signed NDAs. You're not supposed to say that. The season's not out yet, but okay, I guess the cat's out of the bag. Meet your newest bombshells, twins.
Oh my gosh, wait. Caroline and I are going to walk out. We're going to...
One of us is MAGA.
Caroline, stop.
It's literally the most offensive thing you could say, by the way, guys. So fuck you. We're not.
Caroline and I are we're gonna perfectly synchronize our walk out, like one's in front of the other. One's in front of the other.
We are dressed the way Blair was dressed in the last episode of Gossip Girl. Trench coat, tights, boots, scarf over her head, glasses, leather gloves. You can't see an inch of our body, babe. It's called mystery.
Guys, and you know why? Because the challenge this week is a strip tease.
It's actually yeah. Okay, fine.
Caroline and I are gonna walk out one in front of the other, perfectly synchronized, so it looks like there's only one person.
Yeah,
because we're both so small. And then suddenly,
we turn to the side. You're like, wait, where are the bombshells?
No, stop. Suddenly, all the lights turn off. All the lights turn off.
We get in a fight. Verbal.
There's
We get in a nasty verbal fight, and everyone's like, "Wait, I want to go home."
Like,
I feel
wait,
really
one of them is calling the other MAGA.
Wait, I didn't know. One of the guys goes, "Wait, there's another MAGA person here."
Suddenly, there's a spotlight. We still look like one silhouette, and then mitosis. We separate.
We do the wave to separate. I take your hand, you do a quick little squat. You do a squat in your stilettos, and you're like 1, 2, 3, up. And then I do a cartwheel and do a split. Not wearing panties. Crotchless pants I'm wearing. By the way, we're on here because we're ready to show the bombshells who have face cards.
I do.
They're like, and the trick here is they're going to be fully clothed the entire time in Fiji. And yes, we know Paige DeSorbo passed out when she hosted in a suede dress. They're going to be fully clothed in leather and pleather, of course, because they're liberals. They're going to be wearing pleather and face cards only. We're sweating our faces are bright red. We look so bad. We are breaking out everywhere. We're boiling sunburn all over our faces. One day they accidentally catch us taking off our clothes in the hideaway, and they're like, "Ah, a ghost!" But then they're like, "Wait, why is there a bright red tomato face and it has boils over it and blisters?" Because they're so sunburned because we're not allowed to wear sunscreen. Because we're not allowed to wear sunscreen in there. And they're like, their whole bodies are ghosts. They're so small and so white, I can't see them. I'm like, twin, put your coat back on. This is a face card challenge. Twin.
No, okay, anyway, we separate.
We're like the Workus twins.
We separate, and Ariana goes, "You know what they say, boys? Two's always better than one."
And then she goes, "Time for the heart rate challenge."
Imagine, guys, just for a second, with your kindest eyes and hearts, imagine me and Imagine me and Caroline doing the heart rate.
Which our listeners famously have the kindest eyes and hearts, as we just spoke about in the beginning of our episode.
Specifically Mary Frances.
You doxed her. I didn't say it, Phoebe did. Oh, Phoebe,
hey, everybody,
you deserve what's coming to you.
Hey, everybody, in honor of Mary Frances, go look up my voter registration in the state of Tennessee. Fuck you.
You're taking that out.
No.
Oh, it's up to you. She's not listening. She said, "Happy 4 years. Goodbye." So, all right. See, sorry, I thought I was talking behind your back. I didn't know you were still here. I would never say it to your face.
Hey, girl. Hopefully, we've cleared this all up. Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. Miss you so much. Sorry about the little misunderstanding. Are you sorry? Are you sorry too?
That's the only way you can stay.
I got a text. Sorry, hang on. I just got a text and it says, "Oh my God,
Kelly Cochran and Amber are on their way." They are on, and you don't want to know what they have. You don't want to know what they have.
The next challenge on Love Island is called the beatdown. Oh, well, and what it is what it is the two girls in pleather, covered head to toe in pleather, except for their faces, and they're covered in sweat, so they're really rolling around. They're gonna beat someone up.
We are actually displaying the most beautiful parts of our faces.
The most beautiful parts.
We have ski masks.
I am displaying the most beautiful parts.
We have pleather ski masks on, displaying
Wait,
the most attractive.
Sorry to bring her up, but Lena Dunham saying, okay, I go to a plastic surgeon, and I was like, okay, just like if I said have at it, do whatever you want to do, like
Money's
what would you do to me? And she goes, and I thought she was gonna be like, oh my God, well I would, and she goes, well, I wouldn't do much. I would say I like to emphasize the prettiest part of someone's face. So I would say the prettiest part of your face is here. And Lena Dunham goes, okay, so like what would be revealed to my face if I was wearing a ski mask? You would basically obliterate the rest of my face. Got it.
And ladies and gentlemen, she still got it.
I'm like, and what did I say to you? I think I said the way with which her brain processes information is a gift. Sorry,
oh my God.
I wish it wasn't.
Like, there's a family there that is like Lena Dunham, Kat Cohen, Jenny Slate. Like,
what did she just say when they were like, "Are you ever gonna tell us who the teenage star who cheated, who like hooked up with Jack while you were with him?" And she said, hang on, I gotta look it up because I did look it up because I wanted to confirm when this person was born. And I will. Hold, please. What the fuck did she say? It was so funny. What day was that? Saturday? When did we see all this hilarious stuff? Connie Francis. She goes, it was Connie Francis. Connie Francis was born in 1937. They're like, are you ever going to tell us who the teen star was who broke up your marriage? She goes, it was Connie Francis.
And like that's like,
but like, as much I kind of love that she's not saying.
There's that interview. Well, it's like we all know.
Okay, girl.
I love where there's that interview of her where she. Oh fuck no! Oh, she's like, I'm a shosh.
Oh,
hey, I hope that was a joke.
The whole thing is that you're a Hannah. I think that's like your whole thing. And I will be reading her new book. I will be.
Me too.
Because I really appreciate the way her brain processes information. And I didn't read her last one.
The last one lost us.
I didn't read it and I'm not gonna. What I don't know can't hurt me. Anyway. Okay, well, I think we need to do our rotations and we need to do them now. How's this for a rebuttal for saying our episodes have gotten shorter? Okay. So I'm on Dream. First up, dun dun dun, Sierra Miller. Of course, Sierra Miller. She deserves it. She should honestly have a permanent spot on the Dream rotation. Next up is the flight attendant on my flight to Charleston because Anthony, for some reason, booked us seats in the emergency exit row. That was a massive faux pas, which he quickly learned. I'm sitting there like freaking the heck out because I know what's expected of me if I'm there. It's why I never sit there. And the woman comes up and she's like, okay, passengers who are in the emergency exit row, I'm going to explain the responsibilities of sitting here, and then I'm going to go down the line, and I need each of you to tell me that, yes, you will fulfill your duty if something happens to the plane. So she's like, okay, if something happens to the plane, will you open up the door are you listening to me?
Sorry, Kelly just sent me an alarming text, actually, about taxes. So I know the story. We both do WAG.
Oh, okay. Have you made over $600?
I can't talk about this right now.
Okay. Anyway, the Erica Jane, Jen Shaw, they're out there. Okay, we got bigger fish. All right. But what was I saying? Oh, so she gets to me and she's like, will you open the emergency hatch on the plane and help your fellow passengers? I burst into tears. She's like, oh my God. I was like, I don't think I can do that. I can not do that. I can't. And I was just like, I know that if I lie to her and tell her, yes, I can do it, that then the plane's going to go down and it's going to be revealed that I lied. And then if I don't die in this plane crash, I will be arrested for lying to a flight attendant because that's a crime probably. So I started crying. I said, no, I can't do that. And she was like, oh my God, no worries. let's get you somewhere else to sit. By the way, I had already asked a flight attendant if the flight was full so I could move, and she told me yes. So she said it was full. And then the flight attendant was like, we'll move you. And so she starts moving me, and I like have my sunglasses and I start to pull them down. She goes, put your sunglasses on. No one needs to see you cry. And when she was like, it was like sweet. And then she sits me down, and my bag, she's like about to put it under the seat for me and like whatever. And she's like, you know what? Doesn't matter. And she puts it on the seat next to me. And I was like, I know I can get it under the seat. But I was like, she's being so cool. She's like, are you okay? Like, she was so fucking nice to me. And then halfway through the flight, another flight attendant comes up to me. She goes, hey, how are you doing? Are you all right? And like, it wasn't like embarrassing. Like, she was
What
like
airline?
genuinely Southwest. I know. I was
Which is like
shocked.
not your favorite now.
No, it's not. It's not. And I
But
literally
they are supposed to be known for their hospitality.
I know, but they haven't been as of late. And I was so grateful to these women. I was like, wow, like that is so nice because I'm a 30-year-old woman and like I shouldn't be crying on the plane about the emergency exit row. Like I just need to like chill and I couldn't. And I just was like so scared in that moment for some reason. And they were so nice to me. It was as if I was like a little kid who like was scared of the plane. And it was like, just honestly, it restored so much faith in humanity for me and made me feel so much less ashamed of my fear. I was like, this is a normal fear. Thank you for acknowledging that this is normal and that if I wouldn't open that hatch, I don't have to. And it's okay. We'll just move you. It's no big deal. So anyway, that was great. And then the last thing on my dream rotation is you and me, girl, because it is 4 years of podcasting. Who would have thought? Who would have freaking thought? And honestly, I'm going to say it. We're really good at this. We are good at podcasting. Do you guys know how hard? Some of you probably know because you have podcasts. But do you know how hard it is to have a podcast at all? Like most podcasts don't even make it past like 10 episodes, okay? We've been doing this for 4 years. We might miss weeks here and there, but like we are so dedicated to this podcast, actually, like the amount of time we put into it and love and care. And I think we both like, there are times I'm sure we're like, God fucking damn, I have to do this podcast. But like, we genuinely love doing it. It brings us so much joy. We're very proud of it and like what we've done here. And like, I'm proud of you, Phoebe. And I like love our time together. It's brought us so much closer. Like, it just is like a relationship that I am so grateful for. And like, this podcast, I'm so grateful for the people we've met through it, the experiences we've had, and we've been so much more successful than I think we thought that we would be. Like, we hoped that we would be, but I don't think that we knew. And it makes me excited for like what's to come. And I wouldn't want to be on this journey with anybody else. I don't know how people have podcasts with people who aren't their twin sisters. So, anyway, I just want to put us in the dream rotation and we fucking deserve it. Okay, your turn,
Me and
Nightmare.
Caroline are kind of like the Liv and Kaylor of podcasting.
They hate each other.
I mean, like back in the day, I guess.
What a hilarious reference. Do you know how many best friend pairs you could have chosen?
No, but
and you chose Liv and
no,
Kaylor?
It's only because of the entire tangent we just went on. And I was trying to picture who Liv walked out with, and then I realized it was Miguel. So I was like, that doesn't work.
Oh, I love Miguel.
Anyway, ew. Good
Phoebe,
rotation.
don't slut shame me. I'm not on Temptation Island.
It was
I
the
didn't sign
only
up for
women you're
that.
allowed to slut shame.
They're the only ones. And by the way, girlies, sorry I said that, but like,
I think that was
like
great girls, but I do just think it's a tough
role.
It's a tough first impression of you.
I'm just like worried about your parents, but anyway, and your families, and your jobs. But anyway, okay. Go ahead, Phoebe.
Okay, number 1 is SCAMANDA, just as a pair.
Yeah.
Brutal. We've already talked a lot about it. Number 2, Amanda Francis. Number 3.
Okay, this is the Amanda Nightmare rotation.
Number 3, everybody will be happy to hear, is Donald Trump and the entire Trump administration.
Okay, whoa, what a curveball. What a curveball.
I thought this had been clear, but just for everybody who might not have caught up, I've never voted for that man. I'm proud to say I've never voted for that man. I abhor everything that he's done to the country that I love and would love to feel proud to live in. But right now, I don't feel proud to live here. I feel proud of what this country should promise, and I am ashamed in what it's delivering. and the reality that it is forcing not just on the citizens of this country, but around the world. We are not just... it's really, really disheartening, and I would love to feel like we... and I think we could have, if things had gone differently a year and a half ago. I would love to go into the 250th year of this country feeling like we are charging into a really incredible another 250 years. The moon thing, the Artemis 2, kind of felt like a moment where we all came together. Even that, just like seeing astronauts not want to take a fucking phone call from the president of the United States.
That was epic when they just stopped answering. They're like, and it was clear they had talked about, they had a plan for that.
So it's just, I can't believe it hasn't been clear. I have to believe that maybe you've been hearing what you want to hear or looking for things that you've wanted to look for, because I think I've been abundantly clear. But just one more time, I'm like, it like repulses me, the kind of stuff that is going on. And I think sometimes when me and Caroline discuss things, and I don't think that we've even had conversations like this on the podcast, so I don't really understand where this is coming from. Like, when we discuss things, I can oftentimes have a more pragmatic look than Caroline, or an optimistic look, where I'm sometimes more willing to listen to people of other opinions. Because I think sometimes Caroline, because she's such a... not that we're both not champions for people, but she's a very emotional thinker in a really good way. Of like, she really is thinking of how something someone says is affecting everybody. And I think me, and sometimes I'm just... to me, I think the most progress is made by having conversations with people you disagree with. And you do... and I'm sorry if this, like, if you don't agree with it, if you don't like how this sounds or how you think how it paints me, but like, I will have a conversation with anybody about anything. Like, it's not... I'm not gonna have a conversation with someone because of how they're registered to vote. Like, I'm just not. Because then they're never gonna see things from my perspective. And I also am never gonna see things from their perspective. And that's not how anything gets done. And it's not the society I live in. So I'm sorry if that has come off as MAGA.
It hasn't. It hasn't.
But
like, it really hasn't.
To some, I suppose.
It's a real head scratcher. That review is a real head scratcher to me. And if I thought there was any shred of like truth or believability to it, I wouldn't have read it on this podcast, and I would have just pretended, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so laughable, and it's so much more important to me. Like, let's say we polarize, and let's say we alienate people who are MAGA and believe these things, and they're like, I'm never listening to this podcast again. It is so much more important to me that the people who are negatively affected by this administration, which by the way is everybody, it's so much more important to me that the people who feel genuinely isolated by the majority, by this country, and the people who feel unsafe here, and the people who feel like there's no one championing them, I will pick them over you every time. Not you, like over the people who are like, well, I don't want to listen anymore because you're too liberal. Guess what? I'm relieved that you think that. I am relieved, because at this point, it feels like so much more than just how do you vote. Like, it's like, what kind of a person are you at times? And again, there's a distinction between MAGA and Republican. You know,
100%. Another interesting distinction that is coming to light is even people who have politics that I can never imagine having. They're starting to see that there is a lot more. It's not just what they thought it was.
Exactly. And it's not...
He is so much more reprehensible than they could have ever... I mean, it's almost like we've been telling them that for a decade.
Well, that's what's so just... It's like... and you know, we do have to get louder, and I'm abrasive with it, and that's fine with me, because you know what? People need to fucking hear it and learn. Maybe one day somebody will hear it and be like, wow, I didn't think about that. That's a good point. I need to stop like endangering the rest of my country and making us a laughingstock by casting a vote a certain way or publicly supporting somebody who is a fucking monster. Like, it's so, let me just end it with this. We saw Come From Away in Charleston last week, which if you don't know Come From Away, it's this amazing musical that was written about the plane people, which are on 9/11. All the planes in the air, we don't think about this. Where the fuck did they all go? They all went to this tiny little airport in Newfoundland called, this town called Gander. And the people of Gander had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people there. And these people had nothing. They had no phones. They had no way of contacting their loved ones. They were stressed. They were probably, imagine how people act when they have a delay at the airport and like they end up on the no-fly list.
That musical is such a picture of a different time, like,
yes,
and I'm sure that's the point that you're getting at, like, an aspect of that musical is,
had a Republican president at that time.
Well, that, but also,
by the way, Matthew played George W. Bush.
Wait, that's so funny. One thing about it that I think is so important, and like, it's not just the political landscape, it's also the COVID, like what COVID did to our society.
Yeah.
What technology and social media is doing to our society. It's not
certainly a lot at play.
A one-rooted issue. However, I don't know that a community could come to. But that's another thing.
We rely on our leaders, though. What I was gonna
say is our community. I don't know that our community could come together like that. But then you do see stuff like Artemis, and you see there are these videos that will go viral where you do see community come together. And what I think is so beautiful
for that feeling,
100%, and there's this jadedness to everybody that wants to ostracize and label and exile. And the thing about the town of Gander is that they weren't looking through everybody's Instagram followings before they decided to help someone. They weren't looking at their voter registration or their donation lists before they decided to lend a mother diapers.
And there's a big storyline in like. It really appeals to everybody. Like, there is a moment for everybody. There is the woman who's like, no one's thinking about the fucking pets, and the animals who are on these planes. There are the people who are like, they're just all these different stories. But there is a Muslim man who is in the cast and in the show. And when everybody finds out what has happened, there is an immediate reaction to him. And he really wants to help in the kitchen. They won't allow it. And people are saying, I won't eat anything that he makes. And you know what? At the end of the day, they all realize, like, it doesn't matter. They still help this person. He ends up helping with the food, and he's this amazing cook. And everyone's so relieved and so happy that he helped with the food. And like, it's like, there is that initial prejudice that they have for this man. And then it's like, at the end of the day, we're all here. And there's this amazing line that's repeated in the show, which is these people are saying, thank you so much. Oh my God. Thank you for opening your home to me. Thank you for giving me your phone. Thank you for giving me the shirt off your back, the food in your refrigerator when you don't know when you can get any more. Thank you. And the people of Gander say, you would do the same for me. And that happens over and over and over in the show. And there's never a response to that line that's like, they don't ever respond. They just kind of give a look like, And Kelly and I were talking about it afterwards, and we were like, that line really stuck out to me, because the truth is about America right now, I don't think
know
Americans would. At the end of the day, like, there are some Americans who would, but like, that's the kind of person I want to be, where it's like, if you're not safe and you need help, I want you to know that you're safe here, and I would do the same for you. And it was just this unspoken moment in the show where you could tell that these people were like, would I? Would we? Would America?
I love that line.
And right now, America as a country is not exemplifying that one bit. And it's embarrassing.
Well, it's so much easier also to judge when we have our phones and we can make all these assumptions about everybody else.
And that's why we need a great leader and a kind leader, and somebody who does unify the country rather than make, this is the most divided time our nation has probably ever seen, and we're the laughingstock of the fucking world. And we need a leader who is brave and who is kind and who has decorum and who isn't just a bumbling fucking buffoon idiot, and someone who like has empathy, and we don't have that. And that's what, in this time where we have all these other things at play, because let's face it, like, there are going to be horrible things that happen. There are going to be a million more horrible things that happen. And there are a million horrible things that have happened. And we can blame what this country is on all those things. But if we had a really great leader, we would be in a much better position, even though we would still have social media and we still would have had COVID. But we would be in a different place.
The last two things I'll say is, one, in your own community, that can be you. You can be the person who is willing to have the conversation with someone who no one wants to have a conversation with. And that could be the difference in that person's life, to see something from a perspective that doesn't make them so hateful. That's one thing. Last thing that I'll leave with is a great piece of news. If we just want to look up from people who I assume are on our side of the political spectrum, and frankly, anybody who's just on the side of democracy and anti-authoritarianism. Over the weekend, Viktor Orban, the authoritarian dictator of Hungary, conceded his election to still kind of a middle-of-the-road, probably center-right candidate, but lost to a pro-democracy candidate. Wow. And when you look at footage of Hungary over the last couple of days of them just celebrating, it gives you a lot of hope, and it kind of shows you, not that we've gotten to the point that they have. I mean, Viktor Orban he's been in charge for a long time, so we're not quite there, but we see the patterns, and J.D. Vance was just campaigning for Viktor Orban and spouting off about foreign election interference as he was doing it, which is super interesting when you are the vice president of another country going to campaign and stump, and you're complaining about foreign election interference. It's kind of interesting. And then he lost. Everything that man touches turns to ash. It's so funny. Anyway, Trump wanted him to win. Putin wanted him to win. It's such a massive failure for this strongman trend, not just in Europe, but across the world. And it's very exciting, and it gives us a reason to see people don't buy it. They buy it at first because they feel like they're being victimized, and they feel like there's someone who is reaching out a hand to hold them. And then they realize that they had their fingers crossed behind their back, and they were only looking out for themselves and their rich friends and their family. And people will realize, and another thing, this is the last thing I'll say, I promise, we cannot be closing the door of the tent. Like, when we are trying to win the next election, we can't be turning our nose up on people who voted for Trump 3 times. We just can't. Because how do you think this guy just beat Viktor Orban? It wasn't by liberals saying, well, we actually don't want that. That vote's not good enough for us.
No, it's so true. Like, we need to
be a big tent.
We want people to believe in what we believe in, and we want them to be better. So when they make the decision to be better, however late that is, we need to be there to celebrate that and help them continue that path and show them how it's done. And I just want to be clear, like, it's never too late. It's never too late to decide that you want to be on the right side of history. And by that, I mean, not the right, the right side of it, but like, it's never too late. And Phoebe is honestly such a great person. Like, if you're someone who's hearing this, and even if you feel polarized by hearing this and you're turned off by this or whatever, like, Phoebe has just said to you that she would be happy to have a conversation. Like, if you want to have a conversation, reach out. Don't reach out to me, because I'm not as educated as Phoebe is on it, and I'm also abrasive, and I will just be like, this is the right way to think, and you should think this way. And if you don't, go fuck yourself. That's kind of how I'll be. But Phoebe really will have a thoughtful conversation with you, because Phoebe does lead with the best parts of, like, Christian values, and the best parts of this country are present in Phoebe. And if you aren't seeing that, you are purposely choosing not to see it. Like, it is there. She's a better person than me. She's a better person than a lot of us.
Or there must be other things about me that you don't like that may be making you search for bad things to not like about me.
Perhaps.
And maybe those are your own internal prejudices.
Yeah. It's true, like, it's true. Maybe
you guys aren't getting the whole picture, and that's just how Sue sees it.
And that It's just how Sue sees it. Try living with Hep B. That's hard. All right. Yeah, you think
Try
it's hard to
getting
hear us talk about the liberal agenda? Try living with Hep
try
B.
getting
That's hard.
waterboarded. That's
Try being
hard.
waterboarded. That's hard. God, what an amazing soundbite. All right, I feel like that's a good note to end things on.
Yeah, 2.5 hours. You can't say we didn't try.
Yeah, I don't ever want to hear anybody say that the episodes just seem a little rushed and short. What the mini-sode that we told you was a mini-sode and there was more of it if you wanted it and you decided you didn't want it. Like, that's on you. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you've been here from the very beginning, leave a comment. I would love to
Everybody
see.
leave a comment. Everybody leave a comment guessing what Phoebe's political affiliation is.
After this episode, if you guess wrong, you need to go get your IQ checked and maybe go back to elementary school.
You need to go take like the SAT or something.
Yeah. I don't think they're ready for the SAT yet. It's like fully like, let's get a kindergarten placement test. You know what I mean? Like, let's see if like, is your birthday a little bit, like, do you need to wait a year? It's okay. But thank you for listening. If you've been here from the very beginning, holy shit. Thank you for being on this ride with us. You've truly seen such a journey and you are a part of this. And like, there have been so many moments that we're just grateful for our village, whether you're here for Pretty Little Podcast, your one and only source. If you just started, if you came along the way and you're catching up, whatever it may be. Thank you for being
joining our caravan.
Mm-hmm. The Connell caravan.
I like that because we're road warriors.
We are road warriors. Thank you for being a road warrior.
The Connell caravan.
Family, you know?
You guys are part of the Connell caravan because you're road warriors.
Exactly. I love that.
This is like so like mind-blowing to me that I just came up with that and Caroline just right over Caroline's head.
Believe me, it's not right over my head. It's just not as mind-blowing to me as it is to you, and that's okay. My IQ is really high. So things usually,
Caroline?
Phoebe,
Hey, Caroline?
things usually aren't that mind-blowing to me. Because my IQ is so high, I'm not allowed to know it.
that your IQ is that high.
Hey, Phoebe, Mom won't let me know it.
Yeah, maybe because it's so fucking low.
She just like they're like, okay, we can't let people have certain information because we don't know what they'll do with it. That's Mom and my IQ. She's guarding it from me. One day I'll get it, and you guys would be like, okay, Mensa Club, like wow. Anyway, I don't want to be in that club because there are some bad people in there. And I just like, I don't need to. I just want to be in the cusp. But thank you for listening. Leave us a comment. Please leave us a review. And tell everyone you know about us. If you want the video version of this 2.5 hour episode, you know where to find it. Join the Honorary Connell Sisters on Patreon. Now's a great time to do that.
And for the sake of this episode, I think I should close out with one of my best impressions.
Give it to us.
Mr. Senator, you donated over $1 million to Big Pharma when you've been sitting on this committee for over 20 years.
Could someone who's MAGA do that? I don't think so.
Because they just gave that man a fucking podcast. They don't think that's how he sounds.
Oh my God, I'm horrified by that. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. We love you. And we'll see you on Thursday. Listen in for Georgina Sparks' entrance. This was our 4-year anniversary episode. Don't say we never did anything for you. Love you guys so much. We will see you next week. And
splat.